I just wish they released trailers in 4K.
Maybe one day. But until then,
God damn it.
Every time. Welcome back, guys, to My Cup of Tea, episode number 81. I almost forgot the title of this damn pod because we never did this episode. We build up 1 to 2 months worth, and then we just attempt. Joining me today, we got Evan.
I mean, it used to be that way with Hyperspace Hype, too. Like, before Andor, we used to just do, like, My Cup of Tea whenever we had a new Marvel show. We did that with the first 2 episodes of She-Hulk.
That was so bad.
And then we did all the way throughout over the summer with My Cup of Tea and, what's that called? Miss Marvel, that I loved. And now, like, we've been backing off because we did so many Hyperspace Hypes these days because of Andor.
I think Hawkeye was in 2s.
Hawkeye was probably in 2s, maybe 1. I think we did week to week a little bit here and there. But I'm glad to be back. We have a lot to discuss over just the last 2 weeks alone. People love to drop their trailers towards this October fall season for all the shit that's happening next year. So we have Avatar 2, Ant-Man, Creed that I'm excited for. Mostly just Creed. If we could watch that 3 times, that'd be perfectly fine. But yeah, happy to be here. Happy to talk just Creed.
Well, I'll save Carson's bandwidth, but yeah, he's here.
Let's go! Way of water hype train all the way. We're riding less than a month. I don't know. Very excited to talk about this. Among other pieces of news.
I fly out the day after release.
How did you get your tickets already?
Yeah.
Nice. Anyways, yeah, lots to talk about. Feels weird because I feel like we're on Hyperspace Hype because I want to talk about Andor, but I also want to talk about other stuff. So hopefully we stay on track. Stay on target, if you will.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I love it. So yeah, shall we just like start off with the feature presentations?
Yeah, sure. Let's do that.
All right, dealer's choice, Carson.
No, you're the host.
Release
order. Let's just do Ant-Man first.
Yeah, let's do Ant-Man.
Oh, so we can speed through it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, exactly.
You fucks.
It's the least hype out of all of them.
It's interesting.
Fuck you, Elton John.
It's interesting because we kind of talked about this during, like all the people that went to Comic-Con. This is kind of the trailer they got, minus some new additional footage.
It's kind of, I mean, from what I found comprehensible, I feel like it's pretty like updated, and they didn't have the dramatic Avenger killed you.
Yeah, it doesn't have, because I saw the leaked trailer and it doesn't have the.
You're an Avenger.
You're an Avenger. Have I killed you? Yeah.
Which is fucking the hardest.
That would have been the most hard trailer
Oh,
drop
end
line.
it there. That would have been maybe trailer 2.
So I'm shocked that doesn't have it, but
trailer 2 attached to Avatar.
But music off, please.
Yes, I was ahead of the game.
Not fast enough.
All right. It's a fucking commercial. Gotta be quicker than that.
Good volume.
I used to ask myself a lot of questions.
Okay.
Scott.
Happy Scott. Nice to see him.
How are you an Avenger? That
He
doesn't
just
make
like me.
sense. But everywhere I go, people tell me the same thing.
Thank you, Spider-Man.
That's good shit.
Has there been a Spider-Man reference in every Ant-Man
Not
movie?
my Cassie. I want my Endgame Cassie back.
I'm fine.
Wait a minute. You're sending a signal down to the quantum realm.
Paranormal Activity 4-star Catherine Newton.
Now.
Captain Newton the GOAT. Is she in Paranormal Activity 4?
I think that was like one of her earliest works. Yeah.
Oh wow, now I have to watch it.
Okay, so we've never seen the quantum realm before now, right?
Not
No.
to like this degree.
Okay.
To this degree, yeah.
We had like a little pocket.
Like what? Yeah, like the little shrinkage shit that we saw before
Yeah.
was
This is way more like
down
a
there.
universe.
Down.
Love it.
They use this band all the time for Marvel book trailers.
This
Every
band.
time.
This band Elton John.
This random band.
Secret universe beneath ours.
Wait, did we see Bill Murray in here? Oh yeah.
For a
What are you
shot.
so afraid of? There's something I never told you.
You done messed up.
Oh
Give
shit!
it
It's
trauma.
the comic suit.
This place.
It looks so fucking cool.
It isn't what you think.
Woo!
Dope shit
Best
design.
Ant-Man thing ever.
I can get you home.
Oh,
Those monsters look pretty gnarly. I like that.
What is
That's
this?
crazy.
I like
That's
that.
crazy.
Yeah,
That's really
that's
cool.
Help me.
Hey.
So, what's it gonna be?
Quantumania.
Batman.
Not really the most like exciting end tease there. It's just like looking at.
Oh, yeah, they should have the other one.
Solid trailer.
Hell yeah.
Hope's haircut ain't working for me. Not a fan.
I'm flipping.
What?
I don't know. I didn't have anything prepared. I just had to auto defend the MCU.
Club Shadow Brain.
For me, I think the trailer is really good. Like, it's a good look at it, the visuals and where we're going to be going for the next Ant-Man movie. For story, it's not really like the most like compelling because we don't really get much from the story, especially Kang's monologue here. Motivation. I'm fine with not knowing yet. But
It sounds like he's offering him a deal, but like
offering him a deal. But if you're a regular audience, you're like, okay, I see
right.
this guy talking about, hey, do you want to work with me? But like, is he evil? What's going on here? Okay, I guess you assume he's evil. But like if you know us, like we know like, oh, he needs his help to help free him from the quantum realm, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But I think for the regular audience, it's like, okay, what's my hook here? Besides like the visuals and stuff like that.
So is this our universe's Kang, or is it whatever? I guess I don't know.
It's a well, I mean,
Like,
that's a loaded question.
Is there a Kang on our like 616 or whatever the fuck they call it?
I imagine.
And then like this is a separate Kang because it's a different universe technically.
Ooh.
Well, they can. I mean, I imagine any Kang can go to. I imagine any Kang can go to any timeline. But
That's what I'm saying. So
we'll say for the sake that since this is our quantum realm he's in, this is our Kang.
because we know Kangs fight each other too, right? They get greedy and
That's the point, yeah.
so
I don't think this is our Kang because he said that I killed you yet. At least not in this trailer, but in the other trailer. So he's killed other Avengers in the past.
I imagine he'll be the Kang.
I think so too. I don't think he dies at the end of this movie. If he does, that's interesting, kind of. And then we see a new Kang in Dynasty. But I think for simple, Marvel always wants to go as simple as possible with their movies.
yeah, I think he'll
you
carry it over
Just carry him over from here to Kang to Secret Wars.
because Loki was already the introduction, and obviously
Yeah, the Kang we see in Loki season 2, which is
Who's
most
Loki?
likely different. That one could die. I think Loki and Sylvie can probably kill that kind of Kang, whatever Kang we get in season 2 of Loki.
I would like it to be an
Yeah.
exploration because with the line he says like of killing previous Avengers, maybe there are many timelines where the Avengers have succeeded and they beat this Kang, and this main Kang we follow studies these timelines like, okay, so I'll do this different, and he's overcome them again and again.
But why do you think he's in the quantum realm though? Hiding? Or
Maybe they put him
stuck
in the
there?
quantum realm.
Well, it looks like he has some sort of MacGuffin that he's needing
After.
to
Yeah.
do something.
Well,
I
the
don't know.
one character's like, "There's something I didn't tell you." Blah blah blah.
Oh wait, you think there's something like an object he needs to escape, or does he want?
Yeah, they cut to like that ball thing being.
He's
put
putting something
in
into something.
Let me just roll the clip.
Thank you, Carson, because without visuals, like I'm lost. I need visual aids.
120.
How do you know that?
Bitch.
130.
There's something I never told you.
Right here.
Okay, so he needs the cube, the seed, the allspark,
Genulax battery.
The Allspark.
Not the Allspark.
the seed. Sam Witwicky. Anyways,
Ladies Man 217. Can't wait to count there.
only Bay.
Because this looks like some Wakanda robust civilization down
Go back
here.
to that. Go back. Are those all? That his army?
Maybe. What is his army?
We're
Like
fucked.
where? What is this place?
Is this your king? Is this your king?
That's
So
a dope shot.
he has all this technology, and like if this
At
gets
his
out into the
disposal.
realm, wow.
This might be his retreat, his base of operations, and maybe he's building something to be able to branch out to every timeline, maybe at once.
That's dope.
I can get you home. So why does he not want to?
I can get you home.
Oh, we'll see.
and give you more time.
Whew.
If you help me,
What do you want?
so
What's it
what's
gonna
it
be?
gonna be?
It's good delivery.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, so I mean, like, this is very interesting. Like, if they do defeat him here, like, we have like this in 2023. King Dynasty isn't until 2 years later. So, what's he gonna do in between this and King Dynasty?
Well, I mean, maybe
the
it'll
curious
lead,
thing.
maybe it'll branch right in, and then we're like filling in the gaps like what everyone else is doing leading up. Because it's only
Possibly.
2 years.
But usually when they do this, like pre-Avengers movies, it's
Yeah,
like,
it's like the film before. 'Cause
Thor
look at it.
Ragnarok went right into
Right
Infinity
into-
War.
Yeah.
Which made sense.
And then we had a Black Panther adventure.
No, Thor came.
Thor was
after
November, Black Panther was
February.
and then Infinity War was.
Oh, you're right.
Was
You're
it?
right. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I know I am the Scott Mance of this.
Where were you?
But that's still less than a year later. But you're right. Yeah, I'm very curious how it's going to end. And I like the family dynamic. Again, Catherine Newton as Hope is awesome casting. Thank you, Carson.
I'm good.
I'm good. Oh shit! They
Well,
swapped brains.
listen, I always had to bring up. It just sucks because one of the best scenes in Endgame, and I love their
my
chemistry.
gosh.
It
Shut up, Evan.
is.
Shut up, Evan.
It
It
is
good.
legit is.
I couldn't
Pull
tell you
up a
what
clip.
It is the one time that the stakes of the snap are actually fucking felt.
Hey now,
That's
I will
true.
argue there's a number, but you know, I
That's
believe
what
it.
makes that scene so good. And so then I'm like, man, I'm locked into them now. But it's fine. I don't know. Obviously, I get it because they wanted more star power, but I just feel like she got fucked over and it's stupid.
Welcome to Hollywood, baby.
No, Evan. If this was anything else that you care about, you
Cast
would.
Catherine Newton in the
I
first
would,
place
you're right.
if you wanted her to be a star.
Well, maybe maybe she was busy doing.
She was busy, I don't know.
Whatever. Not happy.
Catherine could have been another person.
She was doing the one freaky movie with Vince Vaughn.
True.
Anyways, that's all my hot takes for
Was really
Quantumania.
kind of mild.
People were like, "Oh my God, Peyton Reed snapped! Like it looks so different. It
doesn't
looks
look that
good.
different.
I mean,
Yeah, it doesn't look that different.
Let him cook.
but I guess I shouldn't be shocked by the hyperbole that we get with every MCU trailer. People are like, holy shit!
No, man, that music mix was fucking dope.
Oh, the music went hard.
Was
Don't get
it?
me wrong.
Yeah,
And Elton
What
John.
do you have against Elton John?
I mean,
yeah. As someone who used it for the Time Blazer teaser, what do you have against Elton?
maybe
John?
that's why I'm like, I just heard this song somewhere. Way better. In time.
What Terran's version in Rocket Man?
Maybe. But Elton John trailers over movies, it's been done before, a lot before. I'm
What
good.
do you say? I have to change my tactics.
Yes.
Damn it! What song would you like?
I will say it's almost as synonymous as like the Kanye drops. All that power, like
Oh,
you
God.
just hear that trailer already for like 8 different movies.
What
of
trailer? I don't know.
that's
That.
Black Adam,
Oh, did I know.
Assassin's Creed, I think had Kanye over it
I
for
don't
some
remember
reason.
the Assassin's Creed trailer.
It was hilarious. That's why I remember it.
Michael Fassbender has all this power.
I mean,
Man.
And he's
Doesn't
jumping
he
around
know?
and somersaulting. It's really fun.
Poor guy. Where's he been? Playing soccer?
Snowman.
Starring in a David Fincher movie. Come on, don't do him like that.
When?
The
It's
killer.
coming out next year.
Next year. Anyways, let's do a Creed. The next Jonathan Majors movie.
Yeah, keep rolling the major.
We might as well just watch a Devotion trailer after this, which actually does look cool. I think.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it. There's so much shit dropping in November, and Decision to Leave still isn't coming to Cincinnati.
Oh,
Are
it's
you
never coming.
Kidding me?
It's never coming.
It's never coming. I've never had this happen to me before, where a movie just doesn't come to my city. Never. It's always I'm getting Armageddon time, but not Decision to Leave. Fuck off.
Damn.
Anyway,
Yeah, but the Decision to Leave is distributed by Mubi, I think, and
yeah, it's not even a studio.
Searchlight is doing.
Good point. Good point.
So probably makes sense, but even I'm getting Decision to Leave, which is kind of funny.
Which is why I'm moving to Kansas.
But man, quick thing about all the movies dropping in November. I wish this was in Thanksgiving. It's such a November Thanksgiving franchise for me.
I'm actually
And I always
happy
go-
it moved away.
And I always go with my dad, and I'm like, damn, I wish I we're going, and now it's just like March. Like
You
what
got
are
to
we gonna
spend
do?
spring break with your dad now.
Oh yeah, good point. But
Spring break's a little bit after this, but
anywho,
As if like Carson was the fucking partier of spring break.
I spent the last 7 years of my life living out my
this
wild.
is Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut.
yeah.
I know nothing of this series.
Wait, I forgot you haven't even seen a single.
Oh my God, you haven't seen a single Creed?
All 2 of them? No. Commentaries, baby.
Yeah, definitely. Creed 1 is masterful.
Can I help you? Let me get an autograph. Nah,
This story is so interesting.
Get off
Like,
my
You
car.
don't remember me, huh?
I did not expect him to go this route, but it makes total sense.
I've watched so many trailer reactions for this trailer. I'm like, I love this trailer.
He's still playing King.
How long were you locked
Very
up?
personal. Has that Moonlight feel to it right here. You know, give me a diner, I automatically think of Moonlight. But
I thought you said
Now you
Moon Knight.
back out, huh? I know I've been away a long time, but get myself in shape. I still got gas in the tank.
wow,
Come by the gym. Thank you.
that smile, man.
Ulterior motives.
Oh, he didn't tell you.
he didn't tell you. He fucked
Oh,
me
God.
over.
I was
It's
the
over.
best, though. But I never got a chance to prove that.
That's cute.
Bro.
Yeah. He was raised in hate.
I know what you're doing, Donnie.
Wow.
You don't owe this dude nothing. Damien's fighting the world. He's trying to hurt people.
Always gotta run in front of a car.
Vouch for you. You think you mad? Try spending half your life in a cell.
God, he's fucking shit.
Watching somebody else live your life.
That might be the same scene when he's telling Tessa about what
I'm
happened.
coming for everything. You threatening me?
Yeah, I think that's right after.
Yeah, same
Something
night.
is going on with you.
You don't owe him shit.
Damien was like family.
I like this brotherly, familial
Yeah.
relationship here.
It makes it more personal than like, oh, he's the son of this person.
Exactly, way smarter. And again, you didn't get Jonathan Majors as your opponent.
This is gonna be so good in IMAX.
Oh man.
Just remembering that Michael's behind the camera for these.
How's he
Oh,
behind
that's
the
an
camera
anime
if he's in the
reference.
movie?
You know? It's just, the shots he's composing are really good.
This final fight's gonna be fire. I
You
can't
can
wait.
see the things he learned from
The
Cooper.
first two, yeah.
Let go of whatever was and walk into what is.
Give me the expanded ratio right there.
That's not right there.
Oh.
Michael, give us that one shot here. Give us a one shot. At least one. At least one. Man.
Story by Ryan Coogler,
117
by the way.
round shot.
Did you guys know that?
What's that?
Story by Ryan Coogler.
Ooh.
And Keenan Coogler and
Screenplay by brother of Coogler?
maybe
Coogler and
Coogler's a brother. I guess so. And Zach Balin. I think Zach worked on the other two movies.
I think so too.
But yeah, I tweeted out like this gives me a Warrior vibe. You know, Warrior's the best sports movie of all time. It gives me that vibe with the whole brotherly relationship of it all. Somebody's having a personal grudge against something that might have been out of their control, in their control, kind of. So very interesting, very topical, of course, with the whole police of it all. I can't wait to see it.
I love that it could have very easily been him in jail.
Yeah,
You know, I'm sure that's going to be, and now he's famous in the third movie, obviously. So it's going to be very interesting. It's kind of funny because you got the first trailer, Ant-Man signing his books and whatever, and he's coasting from his fame. And then this one just takes a completely different route on what fame looks like in the
the
universe.
consequences.
Now
of
let's see
him.
the fame of Jake Sully.
Yeah! This family is our fortress!
True fame.
But I'm really excited to see this movie.
Me too. I can't wait. And again, I think knowing that this November is stacked with like Knives
Yeah, no,
Out,
I wouldn't want to hear if it.
Strange New World, like all this stuff. So I'm happy that this is, even though right now I think it's still competing with Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, it comes out the same. Let's look.
Same day, right?
Let's watch the Dungeons and Dragons.
And we know March. I saw that again actually in front of Black Adam. I can't wait for Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, Creed
Yeah.
3 and Dungeons and Dragons come out the same day. Following weekend, 65 finally comes out. Quiet
Adam
Place
Driver.
writers and Adam Driver starring.
I feel so bad for Dungeons and Dragons because it looks so fun, but man, come on, against these Titans.
I mean, I think it might open big. I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because then we got Shazam March 17th because that moved. John Wick's the following weekend.
That's gonna be the biggest.
Scream
movie,
6 rounds it out on March 31st.
stacked. And now Carson's ready because he's.
I'm ready.
To 1 through 5. Asshole. But it's good. Actually, Creed never opened like the biggest. Creed always had like 30 million, maybe 20.
No, let's
30.
look. Let's look.
Okay. Go on your numbers.com.
I swear, I think I think Creed 2 made more money. Could be wrong.
I think so by a little bit, maybe.
Wreck-It Ralph 2, baby.
Creed made 173 million worldwide. Creed 2 made 213 million worldwide. Creed made 109 domestically, and Creed 2 made 115 domestically. So it upped it by, which is pretty rare for a sequel to do that.
Can you see
Put it
opening
in
weekend?
closer to the summer. See what happens.
Opening weekend of Creed was 29 million,
Yeah.
and Creed 2
35?
28.
was 35.
Woo!
I'm so
They
sorry.
don't call me the box office king for nothing, Nathan.
Do they?
A little bit. Me?
It's good.
Yeah.
No, but this looks great. This not that I wasn't convinced already, but I
Yeah.
do just want to like jump in now.
Yeah, so we should definitely watch Creed 1 sometime next year. I feel like we're all stacked in terms of like commentaries that we have to do in the future. While Carson
God, do
pulls-
John Wick when it comes.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah, we do.
Too many.
While Carson's pulling it up, like we have to talk about Willow. I want to watch Willow with you guys because I've never
Ooh,
seen the
yeah.
movie.
Yeah, I haven't seen that.
Willow and
Still haven't seen the trailers for this show.
the first trailer is really good.
The second trailer, I'm like, oh, so this is
The
a Disney
TV
show.
spot was way more quippy than I thought the tone of the show was going to be, which was interesting, but maybe in context.
Yeah,
a little bit.
it gave me. I'm like, oh no! It gave me like,
No.
I'm not afraid of death. are we really doing this, guys? I'm like, oh.
He's right behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, no,
Basically,
it did
that
give
was-
that sort of vibe, and that was not what the first trailer was. More fantasy epic type
fantasy dark. I'm like, okay, this could be cool. But the other one was like, oh, so this is definitely Disney kind of thing.
vibe. Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully, it's somewhere in the middle of those two tones because
Avatar: Way of the Water. So I heard this is not the last Airbender.
this is not the last Airbender.
I tried to trick
Nathan
Evan.
tried to trick us today by sending Avatar updates.
Not you, Carson, because you've seen the trailer.
How would you trick me with that?
It was a joke, like that the Netflix trailer was out for the show.
They like the page tweeted like, "Oh, the trailer," and then apparently they deleted the tweet probably because they were getting hate.
Yeah.
Yeah, they tweeted out that they're getting a lot of hits for like, are you the Blue People account? It's like, no. Well,
Being
it's on Avatar.
Mr. the James Cameron.
Yeah. But let's watch this so we can.
Speaking of which,
get over
he's
here.
back.
He's back.
This trailer is so stunning. I don't care what any of y'all say about the first Avatar. This is a spectacular display of everything that I love about movies, and I cannot wait to see this opening night. Commence.
Swimming.
I'm gonna get into it though. The score is interesting because obviously the guy who did the first one, he passed away.
James.
Oh.
So in a car crash or something in 2015.
Jeez.
But one of the people that worked on the mixing of the
Yeah.
original Avatar is now the
Worked
composer.
closely with.
Oh, I didn't know that. Interesting.
So yeah,
I like how they paralleled the shot from the first movie, but now they
Yes,
reveal
but
that
she's
she's
pregnant.
pregnant now.
Yeah.
I know you think I'm crazy.
this is what the story is. The kids are gonna have more of a connection, and they're
it's
gonna use that to
Sigourney.
their advantage.
It's
Mm.
Sigourney.
That's so weird. Oh no. She
No,
is
stop
getting
it.
How is that not weird, Nathan?
It's not.
It's not.
Sigourney's always a win.
She's so close.
Great shot. Okay. Like that.
That's my desktop wallpaper.
That was a
course
great
it
clip.
is.
The whale.
So what does her heartbeat sound like?
Sounds like an alien.
Underwater
like a
plants.
Mighty.
Hell yes.
So they're connecting.
Come
to
on,
nature.
look at this shit.
Woo! Let's go to Disney World, baby. My God.
Woo! That shot right there blows my mind every time.
We cannot let you.
Same with
I
that.
love the Hamlet shot.
See, we got other tribes. They don't want to join the war.
Yeah, that
Oh, I
was
see
Kate
a
Winslet.
little-
Then the two kids are gonna fall in love from the different
Cross
tribes.
lovers, Evan?
Ooh, okay, Nathan, pull at the end.
Water
Okay.
connects all things.
That carrier looks
Before your
terrifying.
birth
It's scary.
and after your death.
Damn. That's good.
That's really cool. I like that shot right there. That's really cool. I like that.
With me.
And I need you to be strong.
Dude, she's guiding the whale.
Whew.
That's so cool.
Strong heart.
Picking up the bow.
He's back.
I'll see it.
It's so beautiful.
You'll see all 3 hours and 10 minutes.
Unfortunately, 3 hours. And
Let me just
10
pull
minutes.
up the
Edit that
composer
shit, bro.
bio
Edit
because it's really interesting.
Edit. Evan, it was a 5.5 hour cut originally.
Oh no. Then you just called it Avatar 3.
Avatar 2.5. I'm ready.
Sorry,
for
I'm pulling
all
up the
five.
composer.
It's fine. Yeah, I can see the family dynamic here. Family dynamic is pretty not different from the first one because the first one is about like found family. But I like the the construction of he's actually creating his own family.
Yeah, but this is gonna be about how like kids change you and how it ups the
Yeah.
different stakes of you. It's their world now, and it's about leaving the world how in a way that they can inherit it and leave it a better place. But now you got Earth coming back, probably in full force. They want the resources. Obviously, they're pissed that they had to. They probably
more
dropped
resources, baby.
They lost the monies.
Yeah. I'm curious to see like why Kate Winslet's group is resistant or what's their role in here.
I'm interested in how Stephen Lang is resurrected.
Yeah, of all this spiritual stuff going on. We're gonna have people.
Are they gonna explain the Sigourney stuff or just like
I'm sure they will. I mean, but hers was different because she's like in it as almost being resurrected in the movie.
My theory
Wait,
has
what?
always been
In the movie, they try to resurrect her, but it shows that they weren't successful.
in
But
this
she
one,
did-
Avatar
No,
2?
in the first
one.
movie.
She did.
Oh, she
There's
dies
a
early
whole-
on.
Yeah, she dies, and they try to resurrect her.
They were
and
going
it's-
to transfer into her avatar, but they.
And then the movie ends by successfully transferring Jake into the body. And that's the shot of him opening his eyes.
But she did successfully connect with the tree of
Yeah.
Awa. So
Awa?
their god.
Gotcha.
So
You need to rewatch it. When was the last time you rewatched this movie?
2009.
motherfucker.
You never watched
dead
it
ass?
since?
I mean, not in full. I've seen clips.
Oh my god!
Why would I ever rewatch Avatar?
I'll be look. Okay, I might be in the same boat as Evan
Thank
until
you,
I went to the re-release, but I
Of
was
course.
still like conscious of the story.
I mean, I know the
Man.
basic story. They come there. They.
You don't own this on
over.
DVD, Blu-ray?
My mom does.
I think I have like randomly 2 Blu-ray.
Did I bring it? Did I bring it home to my apartment? No, I did not.
But how about them star-crossed lovers, Evan?
So that might be interesting. Give me some good romance.
Yeah, where are these two?
They should be.
What are they cooking?
Right down here. Yeah. Too far.
I don't know where they are. Here they are.
There you go.
That's all.
Outcast, they all see.
Tackle.
By the way, mirroring the first movie's line when she takes him out of the thing and she says, "I see you," but you wouldn't know that because you don't remember what the hell is going on.
Not at all, boy.
I remember.
Yeah. Tissi Rhea. Is she a child of Sully?
I think she's from the
No.
water
This
tribe.
is she's of the water tribe, and
Oh,
she's
okay.
falling in love with their.
But
the
not
son.
that water tribe. This water tribe.
She's from the other tribe.
Yeah, and
Who's he?
this is Jake Sully's son.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many kids did he have? He cooked.
He cooked 3 times.
I think there's 2 or 3. I don't know.
Okay. Wow.
Or I think 2
4.
because this is the son, and then the
It's like
sister.
House of the Dragon.
The
shit.
sister was the one that was talking about like the.
I
This is
see.
the sister.
I see blue
Yeah.
people. Yeah. I see dead people.
Maybe also, and the Natiri is like pregnant, so probably a 3rd on the way.
Yeah. She's like Rhaenyra. Got it.
But overall, I think this looks incredible. This whole montage here, where it goes into like
way of water connects.
the way of water connects all things.
Can Carson speak in that accent?
Please. For the rest of the
After your
podcast.
death.
Biblical banger, Carson?
The scores,
That underwater fight sequence was really
Yeah.
good. I can't wait to see that.
because
Water
it's like
physics.
it's the same robots from the first movie, right? Like the same
think so,
like,
yeah.
suits. And he's jumping off a piece of coral or something.
This is our home!
Not the coral.
I need you.
Carson, you were talking about one specific water shot with the with him like bobbing at the water.
Yeah, I'll show you right now.
what impressed me about that the most is like when the water like dipped down, you just saw like the individual like droplets from the splash like trailing down the face. Like that's so much fun, man.
This shot right here. Yeah, you see it. That's insane.
Moist. Evan.
It's like you can individually see the sweat and the water like in different contexts. Crazy.
Beautiful.
Anyways. Well, let me just show you one more thing.
I say all this. I think this will be better than the first.
Than the first one?
It kind of has to be in a way. Like
True,
the first
true.
one's all set up. This one you can actually explore the world, the lore.
This
in
man's a
more
sequel
detail.
king, baby.
Like the first one's very not organic. What I'm trying to say, very simple in a way. It's not really that complicated of a film.
World building.
Nathan,
Kinda.
can you add screen?
You have another.
Do your job, Nathan.
I just wanted to show Evan the composer because it's like a cool story. So this is the composer. He's worked on the music department of Skyfall all the way back to Titanic. But if you go to his bio, he's best known like he's worked with like a bunch of like Grammy award-winning artists. He's worked with Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, like all sorts of people. He worked on Amazing Spider-Man.
We did a commentary of that one.
Hell yeah.
He
Best
worked on
of.
David Fincher's Seven. That's why I wanted to show you that. He
Hello.
He created the electronica for Howard Score's score for Seven, and Moulin Rouge. So yeah, I think we're in good hands. It's kind of cool though.
What you're saying is he's cooking.
He's cooking.
He's cooking. He learned the grandma's recipe. He's passing it down.
Nice. That's exciting.
But yeah, rest in peace, James
And
Horner. But
again, this movie's gonna make bank because December 16th, there's zero competition between this and I think February or maybe in March.
Wow.
So it's
Now,
gonna be big.
Do you think it's gonna do like its own like bombastic opening, or do you think it's gonna be like the Avatar
It'll-
one effect,
it'll
open
leg it
small
out.
but stay steady?
I think it'll open to at least
I don't think-
150.
I mean, it's
Whoa, 150.
Yeah.
215 million, baby.
I think it'll crack 100. I'm not sure about 150.
I think I will actually go my outrageous 215 again for real.
I don't know. I'm so
Because
glad
it's
some
holiday.
Avatar
It's
only
been
opened
so
to
long. People's
70
curiosity.
Avatar 1 did 79 or 75.
77. But
A
like,
A lot of people were turning up for just the re-release of the first one.
That's true.
yeah, this
think
this
over
movie made
150?
$429 million on disc sales alone.
And
Disc
2010.
sales.
10 years ago, over 10 years ago. I'm very curious to see what the opening weekend. 'Cause I know it will leg it out big time.
Yeah.
Um,
But how many fans
I don't
will
think
show
it'll
up?
reach Top Gun numbers, but I think it'll be big overseas. I don't think it's cracking.
I still think it has a good chance to crack 500 domestic and
definitely. If Rogue
close-
One can crack
close
500
to-
domestic, yeah.
Hey, now that was the second Star Wars ever, and
at least 750 million international, I think too. Like I think this movie
I
will
think
make
1 billion international.
Yeah.
If this gets China, it's over.
Yeah.
yeah, at least
It's
one.
over.
But will it hit 2.8?
No.
No, not at all.
Two?
But it doesn't need to.
Will
does
it cap
not.
at 2?
I predicted 1.5 billion.
This movie made $265 million in China in 2009.
Sick.
That's probably a lot with inflation too. Probably over 300.
But is it bigger than Fast 7 did in China?
Great question.
Will we see Brian?
They had to do new regulations for theaters because of that movie.
Wait, what?
Fast 7.
New what?
Like regulations in terms of like American movies going to China
Oh.
after Fast 7.
I thought you just meant like in general the theater going. I remember stories of people selling out Fast 7. They're just standing on the sidelines to watch because they just had to be there.
Had to be there.
Had to be there. I wasn't there. I wanted to, but
So you're a fake fan?
I went to every re-release. Thank you. I have now seen every Fast in theaters, all 10
I
of
forgot
them.
it's called Furious 7.
I've seen every Fast in theaters, starting with Fast 4.
See, Fast 7 did 1.1 billion internationally, and a total of 1.5 billion worldwide. I
One of
think
High Space
Avatar 2 will do way more than 353 domestically.
Oh, easily. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay. So what do you guys want to talk about first? There's so many news stories here.
We saw Black Adam.
We can do a short Black Adam review. Shouldn't take long. It was good.
Yeah, I mean, I forgot
Yeah,
about the
fun.
movie already, so.
No, you didn't.
I think we talked about it so much off air, but I think
Yeah,
Black
yeah.
Adam for me is solid. It's a solid movie. It's towards the bottom of like the new DC ranking. I put it somewhere along the same, maybe even less so than Aquaman, even though I did not like Aquaman that much.
Ocean.
Worldwide. I
They
like
both those movies. They just don't have good scripts. Like
that's the thing. They're so good visually. This movie,
Yeah.
Black Adam. Wow, some of the visuals.
some of the fight scenes are
Incredible.
really impressive. Like I
Very
said off air, the montage where he gets woken. Spoilers when he gets woken up from the chamber from the prison to come back and fight the resurrected devil. That whole montage is phenomenal.
Very emotional. Yeah, I like that part.
Skinny Rock is kind of hilarious, I will say. But
I caught it
didn't
on
think
the
they'd do
first
it.
5 seconds of the movie.
it works.
Like, they grade him out as the son's talking about like. Or
Yeah.
I mean, he's
like,
still like a big guy
That's
even
definitely
before
The
the
Rock.
power.
I was like, this 2003? Is this Mummy Returns, Rock?
Just looking at my yearly ranking, I had it like right above Bullet Train, but right under Love and Thunder.
Okay.
Under Love and Thunder. I'd put this under Love and Thunder.
I
as
put
well.
this over Love and Thunder.
Ooh.
You
I
got
Love
more
and-
character connection in Black Adam than you did in Love and Thunder.
This kid really brought it down for me. He is awful in the
Yeah.
movie.
I
He's bad, Nathan. Don't defend it. Don't defend
I'm
it.
not-
Stop it.
I always want to defend, but you know, I will admit there are some shots where I'm
What
like,
was he doing?
we could have done another take there. We could have roll that one again.
Yeah, and that's what I said too. Like off air, like it sort of feels like a marketing experiment. They're like, you can see on The Rock's Instagram post, you can almost feel them in the room being like, okay, and now the family's gonna come in after he does this, and they're gonna fight the skeletons, and
It felt so goofy. I
Yeah.
immediately was brought back to actually Love and Thunder, where the kids were fighting the demons in the
yeah.
realm. I'm like, that was
was endearing.
goofy, but it worked in a weird way. It worked in a weird way. I didn't really like how it looked. It wasn't executed the best, but it worked for me. This one felt really just odd
I feel like
and weird. I get what they're going for.
I don't even
obviously.
think it's a problem with the writing, because obviously the writing is like, you know, it can be goofy and cheesy, and I think
Yeah.
I think that's honestly a strength of the film, because I think it makes it more fun. But I don't think the actor has the chops to sell those specific lines.
Yeah, he wants to believe the whole town's gonna be rallying behind a kid. Again, I get where they're going for. It's like the younger generation rebirthing, a la like the son.
He's
in
the new Black
past.
Adam.
Like the son in the past helped rally
the future
people
son.
of conduct. Like, you know, I get the parallels they were going for, but I don't think it wasn't executed the best way. I think, yeah, some of the strengths was just like The Rock as Black Adam. I think he was really good in this role, as I expected him to be. I think I really liked his, you know, portrayal here.
Yeah.
Even though they try to make it funny from the jump, like, oh, you need a catchphrase. Or like,
Yeah.
I thought it was funny.
That thing was funny.
as
it was funny.
because
The
When
best
it
joke
wasn't
is when he took them both in the air and he's like, "All right,
That's great.
I knew you were gonna be there." Like,
That was good. Him and Alfred Hodge had a great chemistry.
Yeah.
As like Hawkman versus Black Adam.
Oh, the Justice Society in general.
Their
I
fights
had
were
a
great.
blast.
The Justice Society were great. I wish we
I wish we just had more time with them. That's my
more of
only
them.
downside is
Exactly.
because it's a Black Adam movie. We don't get to really characterize them beyond their abilities.
Yeah,
We get a few
bummer.
things here and there, especially with Hawkman and Dr. Fate, who I
Yeah.
think had a pretty good through line.
Yeah.
Does this have to be his end? Dr. Fate was so good. Can we? One
No,
more?
they cut a post-credit scene of him being resurrected or him coming back.
Oh, Nani.
Apparently,
We know Dr. Fate always.
yeah, it's a mantle.
It's a mantle. There's never an end to Dr. Fate.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't.
That's why I was shocked the helmet
But,
Oh,
disappeared.
you don't watch Young Justice?
Yeah, he
Nathan?
doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Ah! Yet.
And that's the other thing too, because he put on that helmet. I'm like, oh, you're fucked up
You're
now.
dead, yeah.
You're fucked up now. You don't know how bad that helmet is.
But the
I
fact
picked
that
up
he's
on
been
that.
living with that helmet since World War One, I want to
Yeah,
say.
that's crazy.
That's
But,
takes a lot of energy. Yeah.
I just mean like the actor's portrayal.
For sure. Alfred Hodge and
Pierce Brosnan.
Pierce Brosnan. He just like, fuck, man, it was good stuff. The scene when like Black Adam and Hawkman are fighting in the apartment, and he's just like casually on the sideline popping
Very
a fucking
funny.
mint.
Perfect.
Good stuff.
Yeah, those were so well casted. Like I got just enough from Hawkman and just enough from Pierce Brosnan to actually like really rally behind them. I like the actress who played Cyclone. She was really good. I wish I knew just more about her as well.
Yeah.
I think Noah Centineo did not work for me as Atom Smasher. I really wanted to have him work for me, but they just tried to make him very funny.
Yeah.
Every chance
it's kind of they were kind of going for the Deadpool schlock a little bit to me.
It's funny. I actually thought they were going to go a lot more heavy-handed than what we got. I thought it was going to be way more. So to that point, I think it worked for me better.
And what part didn't work for me was like every time he would do some damage, they would make it into a joke where it's like,
"Oops,
oh,
you're
sorry
gonna
guys,
talk.
sorry,
you're gonna talk." I'm like, no, he's like, cause this whole movie
you,
about how,
me.
That was a good gag though. I like
the
that.
whole movie's about like the JSA are coming in here being very hypocritical, like, oh, we're only here because Black Adam ruined everything. The city's been shit for a long time, and the JSA hasn't done anything.
Now you're fucking up the city.
I'll come back to that point in a second. But yeah, Atom Smasher was like causing all this like chaos in town by literally smashing everything, and it wasn't really talked about a lot. It was just like, we'll talk about it later. You can't be messing up the town. I'm like, this is very weird for me. I like compare this like My Hero Academia, where one of the earlier hero missions is like how to save people with minimal damage, and this guy's failing all throughout, and it's not really talked about enough.
So that's interesting because I feel like we entered an age in, I guess, 2016 where both Civil War and BVS was like the calamity caused by heroes, and so I don't know. I feel like we did it, and so if we're just if we just get back to the,
I don't mind that, but
no, I mean it's always fun topics.
In this particular, like if heroes, like I wasn't the guy who said anything in like Age of Ultron or anything like that, but in this specific instance where the city is like a character in Kondak,
yes, you would be right.
So important to these people. The city's already like they keep emphasizing how like the government's ruining their city. And then you have a character named Atom Smasher who's smashing up the city. I'm like, can we talk about that? I do like how the director, I forget his name now, Jamie Collette Sarah, was like trying to dig into the hypocritical nature of the JSA coming in here. Again, I don't think that was touched on enough as it needed to. Right. They kind of just like fast forwarded to the next action sequence instead.
And I think that's the movie's biggest weakness is on scenes that it's not the action scenes, it feels like it's on 1.75 speed to get through whatever meat we may have in a talking scene.
Yes.
I had like a really bizarre experience watching this film. Because as it was going, they got to the point where the fucking devil dude, when he was human, had the kid hostage, and they were gonna like pass him off. And so that whole conflict kind of gets quote unquote resolved in the moment, and then Black Adam is surrendering himself to get arrested.
That happened very quickly too, yeah.
It did, and for some reason my brain clicked, was like, I don't know why. This is the end of the movie. This was really fast. Why, huh? But obviously it wasn't. We had a whole another third act to go.
Third act. But yeah, that part to get there, you're right, Nathan. That part in the movie really confused me. I'm like, oh, he did all this.
Because it was framed and delivered like an ending.
And then you felt like, okay, I surrender. You guys are right. I'm like, oh, is he joking? Oh, no, he's serious. Oh, this is a weird turn. Like, I don't feel like it earned that turn from Black Adam yet.
I'm like, how is Superman showing up later if he's locked up? But also interesting as we continued the Amanda Waller cinematic universe.
She's always on those iPads.
She's really just cashing the checks.
The phone call, yeah. Isn't she getting her show now though?
Maybe. Jennifer Holland returned from Peacemaker, so that's cool. Peacemaker writes.
She's in this?
Yeah, real quick. She's amidst.
That's not her. I said this. Kelly's like, that's her. That's the girl from Peacemaker. I'm like, that's not her. That doesn't look like her at all.
When?
In the prison. In the prison.
When they're locking
she walks up,
taking him underwater into that prison.
That's no way. That's Jennifer.
That's
Holland.
fucking.
I would have recognized her. I would have recognized her. It doesn't look like her.
Holland.
No.
Go look up the cast.
Jennifer Holland. Did you already do this? Am I wasting my time?
Yes, bitch. I read the credits as they were rolling.
She looks like a different blonde lady.
If you're right,
Doesn't-
then you're right. Okay.
She looks like her. I
No.
don't know what's wrong with you.
I don't believe it.
You were blinded by, I don't know. What were you blinded by?
Okay, I guess Nathan's right.
Fucking.
But
See,
I can't find the cast.
I was late as fuck to Peacemaker, and I'm the only one preaching its rights.
Yeah.
No, I mean we all liked that movie or liked the show earlier than you, but okay. Wow, I didn't know that.
But
It's a 40 run.
I think there's a good segue to an additional topic here, which is
Oh.
the end
Are we
credits
done
scene
with the movie?
itself.
Oh.
Wait, how many stars did you give this, Nathan?
How many stars?
Yeah.
Out
Out of how many conduct stones? Are those a thing?
This is a 3 conduct stone out of 5 for me.
Okay, I'm same here. I think 3.5 for me.
I think the style would push it to a 3 for me. Otherwise, I mean, it probably chills at a 2.5.
Oh.
The more I talk about it, the less I.
I would say
I had a
three.
fun time when I walked out. I was like, "Oh, that
Yeah.
was fun."
Yes, it's fun. I love the visuals. I love the music when it just gets cheesy rock and roll. I'm
Oh
like,
wait,
let's
no,
fucking
they
go.
had the
Not the
laser
needle
shooting in the
drops.
sky, didn't
Oh.
they?
Yes.
They
I only remember one needle drop though. So
needle drop is bad, but
No.
they had the laser shooting in the sky sequence. Oh, I forgot about that. That's dropping a star for me.
oh, how old are
When
you?
did that
Fucking
happen?
give it up. Who cares?
No, how
When
old is
was
the
that?
movie for doing that? It's 2022 and you're doing a laser shooting up in the sky.
I mean, what? I mean, who fucking benchmarked that it's bad? I mean,
Everybody.
but why though?
Because it's stupid.
Lazy.
Why is it stupid?
It's lazy.
Because it's like, oh, we don't have anything else to film. Laser.
Well, it's not like it's the main antagonist. It's just sort of a fucking.
You're right. The main
set
antagonist was
piece.
garbage in this movie.
Oh, there's nothing special about the antagonist whatsoever. I like the design though. Anything devil.
The fight was cool. The best part of the final fight is the Dr. Fate thing.
Oh my god, the shadow clones.
That was
Yeah.
the shadow
So dope.
clones.
So dope.
Shadow clone jutsu.
Hey.
Shadow fate using like hand signs.
But yeah, let's talk about the post-credit scene because number one, spoilers if you haven't seen Black Adam
So,
or exist on
The Rock-
Amanda
goddamn
Waller
Karen,
appears
this-
versus Black Adam.
Who?
Amanda Waller versus Black Adam.
Can you believe it?
Viola Davis wins.
Listen.
10 out of 10.
We got. I don't know what Morbius started. We have to ban post-credit scene that say we gotta talk. You either talk in the scene or you don't.
Okay, Morbius.
You
didn't
don't say-
that. They didn't say that.
Doctor, I gotta talk. No, bad. That's not a scene. That's a marketing material. Horrible. I hate it. Anyways, I'm glad Henry's back. I love him, and I will support his Man of Steel sequel in 2025 or whatever.
Probably sooner than
I direct you to the Iron Man 1 end credits.
No,
There's a
I
post-credit scene?
disagree. Iron Man 1, they're talking. They go to a bar and they talk.
Yes.
No, they don't. They're in his
They
house.
do.
They're in his house.
Iron Man 1?
Yeah, the bar was Incredible Hulk.
I'm thinking of Incredible Hulk. My bad. Nerd. I'm thinking, so you're right. But at least the Avengers Initiative, they say the word Avengers. It's not like we have to talk. Like they say the word Avengers. It gives you something to.
It
think
feels like
about.
two people's talking to each other. This feels like I'm watching two people come up with dialogue for each other.
Like if Henry was like, okay, Black Adam, we got to talk about like the Suicide Squad, the Justice League, the Justice Society. Like say something besides we have to talk. Like Nick Fury didn't say, hey Tony, we got to talk about the Avenger Initiative.
Well,
Like,
all he could have said is
Borderline.
because he says like Amanda Waller literally sets up. You could have been like, he could have just said, "You step 1 foot out of here, you'll be seeing the he could have said something like you'll be regretting it or something, and then like given a smirk, and then like that's it. Instead, he has, "We should talk." Like,
it leaves it on a weird place, doesn't it?
yeah.
Actually, you know what I want to ask you guys because
Sure.
I had one. I think we all expected, or maybe it was spoiled in some form or another, that Superman was going to be the post-credit scene.
Very much spoiled by the
So going in, did you guys have any preconceived way of how he was going to come into the scene, or for what reason?
No.
Did you?
No,
have any-
I mean, well, I
ideas?
saw this. I saw this.
saw it?
The start of the scene leaked online before I saw
Ah.
the movie.
I didn't.
Not the audio, just of him walking up and being like, and then there's like, yeah.
I didn't, but I assumed the movie ends with him in charge of conduct, like the comic books, and then. But I didn't know how Superman was going to be, like how he was going to come into
Introduced.
play. I should have assumed that they were just gonna be
Apparently, they
Yeah.
just shot this with no head at
Yeah,
first,
there was
and then they
a-
reshot
yeah.
because they finally signed a deal with Henry. Which is interesting.
So my whole thing while I was watching, because I was like, I wonder how the fuck he's coming. In my brain, I thought there was gonna be some scenario where Black Adam's just kind of like floating around. Maybe he's doing some sort of anti-hero beat him up, and then you just hear fucking like sound barrier crack in the sky, and you just like look around like, what the fuck? And then just fucking zip, fucking grab Black Adam, and we're just falling like the speeding. It's like, oh fuck, it's Henry Cavill, and then just cut to black.
Oh my god.
That would have been epic.
That would have been fucking epic.
What would have been?
Yeah, I
Would
want
it have
that.
been Superman? Superman doesn't just grab people. And start
If he
cracking
was
them in the head.
stopping Black Adam from being brutal, I could see it.
Oh.
Just for real quick, and then misunderstanding because they don't know each other.
Oh no! Don't get
No,
me that.
no, I don't mean it like that.
No.
Bad choice of words. I meant like
I hate that word.
they're brought into this. I mean, the first Avengers did that, didn't it?
Good point.
I wonder where the Black Adam character is going to go from here, because he's sort of like committed himself to like,
He's usually
is he just going to slip back into anger and like
no.
sort of
My idea is he will develop a family relationship with the wife, who conveniently does not have a husband anymore.
Is he the new dad?
I'm about to say that basically he played his role like in every rock movie where he's like the dad role, like Skyscraper or every other rock movie. He's gonna be the dad role in the comics. He gives his powers to the woman and the son. That could happen in a sequel.
Do you think we'll spend do you think he'll spend less time like Shazammed up? Like, do you think, or is he just gonna?
He's always gonna be.
That's some budget to.
He's always gonna be the Block. Yeah, the Rock.
Okay.
The Block. He's always gonna be the Rock.
Because I'm just saying that makes like an interesting thing if you had to like blend in, like that'd be.
That would be kind of funny.
Nah. He's gonna be king. And I think when Amanda Waller says don't step out,
But he destroys the throne.
Yeah, because he doesn't like the idea of kings. But I think he's going to be like the ruler of Kahndaq. And
what is there to rule though? We're in a modern society. Like, it's just funny. Like, I don't know anything
That's a
about
good
the
point.
character. Like, what do
Maybe
you?
not rule, but like oversee, protect.
oversee. Like,
Yeah.
There's no reason for him to go to like
It's his metropolis.
Ohio, Washington D.C. or anything.
That's
He can
true.
go to
I just don't know
America.
who like the villains are. Like, who does he fight later on? Now,
Well,
that
it's
he's
funny because
back?
like all I'm imagining is like they're gearing up like to fight Superman and Shazam, and I'm like, well, how are we gonna go there now? And
I know it's very like I don't want them to run into the same thing of like, oh, we sort of made like this weird promise that it's gonna happen now. We gotta run full force, even though it doesn't make any sense. They've said in the interviews that like, oh, we're gonna properly build it up. It's gonna be 2 Black Adam movies, and
Which I'm happy
another-
with.
Yeah,
I'm so happy they're not doing like Superman versus Black Adam because the way this movie ends, there should be no reason for Black Adam to fight.
no,
Superman,
not at all.
right? Which is why the post-credit scene is a bit weird. It's like, hey,
But
you've come
I
really
wonder
far.
how it changes now that Henry is back
Yeah.
and he gets a solo movie. How does that change Superman? And where is Superman at after a sequel? Like, I'm very curious where
Oh, we can talk about that.
where's he
now.
been? What's he up to? Still at the
do
planet?
they
You wanna
are they
transition
going to
to the
retcon
planet?
the entire? I mean, they can't really
Why?
retcon what he's been through now.
No, I
we
don't
need to
think they'll
retcon, right?
retcon. They'll probably just
They'll just continue from
they'll
post
just
Justice
progress
League.
to it. The Man of Tomorrow.
I mean, Man of Steel ended where you get your average Superman. It ended perfectly.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying, like, are
And
they just,
BVS extended or Justice League extended edition.
Just both Justice Leagues really. They both end.
They
in,
both
like-
ended like,
Okay,
hey, he's
okay.
back. That's it.
That's
and we
awesome.
just will not do this Nightmare timeline.
Yeah, that's
Right.
not necessary.
So does Amy Adams come back?
Of course.
I would love that. Oh, yo, do they have the
She knows
kid?
that we love her.
They said kind of were setting that up that she's pregnant.
What?
She was
She's
pregnant.
pregnant?
In
Wasn't she?
yeah, in the
Whoa!
in
Snyder
Snyder
Cut?
cut. Yeah.
Jeez.
So I mean, hey, if we do Son of Superman, I'm down for that. In
Versus
down
Son of
the
Black
road.
Adam.
Hey now.
Dang. Yeah, I wonder. It's gonna be very curious. I would love to see him like give me more Clark Kent, obviously, because I feel like
Yeah. Missing.
that's fun.
No,
And
more reporting, more Daily Planet.
more like on the ground, like I want him like showing up to the scene like he does in the animated show and like figuring out, and then that leads off into a whole series of having to stop whoever that is over the movie, and it leads probably maybe to a bigger crime of somebody, or I don't know. What other Superman, like, what are your favorite Superman villains? Like, I just don't know a bunch.
I'm not a huge Superman comic guy, admittedly.
I know most people
Brainiac.
outside of Lex tend to immediately bring up Brainiac.
Brainiac's cool.
Because
Lex
we
is
already
so
we
cool.
already did Doomsday and Darkseid pretty much.
Right. I don't think they'll do that.
No.
I don't think I think Jesse's out as Lex.
Then I hope they do Brainiac, because if that's the biggest one, why wouldn't they?
I mean, yeah. I would love.
They're not gonna do Zod. They're not gonna do.
No, I would like to see Henry and Sasha Calais team up for something.
please.
Bizarro is an imperfect copy of Superman.
Yeah,
Bizarro,
man.
yeah,
That's
Bizarro's dope.
Bizarro, yeah.
He was in the Justice League Unlimited series.
There's a lot of things. Okay.
He did not. Yeah, basically, he did a lot of things.
I hope they dig into that, because it's very interesting. I do like that Snyder does pose that question a lot in Man of Steel of like, oh, like, he's not from here, like, but how is he going to, like, sort of assimilate into the society? You know, like, I want there to be more tension with, like, his purpose.
Yeah.
Not necessarily coming.
Hopefully,
up with,
we're past like the people not liking Superman.
Right, and
you know what I mean? Because like BVS dealt with that. Was like this guy, is he a savior?
Right,
Like
like
He's
what,
a Homelander.
how do we really feel about
How
the
do we
mantles
really
of
feel? It's like,
superheroes? Yeah,
Come on, we have to be past.
I hope we sort of go back to the veil of just like generally accepted, and then like there's more situational things that
exactly.
but it's not like the crux of it.
Give me my Superman rom-com where it's like him
Yeah.
and Lois. Like I want him and Lois to be a big focus.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you know how we
Be
always say now that we
joyful.
want that Holland's Spider-Man trilogy is over, go back to the street level. Like it seems funny to say with the Super, but it like go back to the you know
The Daily Planet.
Yeah, like I sort of want that more wholesome vibe.
You mean like
It's so tired. Of course, I really do love Man of Steel. Like, it's like a really good movie for me.
Steel's amazing.
So, but I think both can coexist without impacting
I agree.
each other.
Yeah, because people always ask about like should they? Even my dad was like, "Are they going to retcon that last Man of Steel movie?" I'm like, "No, there's no need. Like,
No, yeah.
it's a good prologue.
And
Even
it
if you
ends
don't like
absolutely
it-
hopeful. Like
Exactly. Even if you don't like it, you have to admit the ending. He's literally like Clark Kent in the Daily Planet. So even if you don't like it, the
Welcome
ending,
to the planet.
Ah.
Fucking
Yeah.
baller line.
It's great. So, yeah, I'm excited. I think Henry's very excited. He kept mentioning like it's going to be a joyful interpretation. I think he wants that happy-go-lucky feel to Superman.
it's still gonna have stakes, obviously. It's still gonna be a
Of course.
superhero movie,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
I think it would just be sort of reconfigured to sort of move past all the Superman discourse.
Save a goddamn cat out of a tree.
Please.
Let's not. But
Let's do it.
I think they're moving away from like back then in 2013 we were still riding the high of the Dark Knight trilogy. They wanted it to be like,
Right. I mean, let's
And
not
Nolan
forget that
produced
the
it,
Dark or that Man of Steel was sort of a Nolan overseed project to
Right.
sort of launch the DCEU in a
A
new
little
direction
bit.
post. I mean, he produced it, right? And
Nolan saw like what Zack Snyder was doing. He was like, "Let me go."
Yeah.
click,
Well, yeah, because they're friends, man.
they're friends. Like, I think
pretty tight.
this is mostly Zack Snyder's thing. I think Nolan just like gave a thumbs up because why not?
I'm sure.
But yeah, I see what you're saying though, Carson. But in terms of like, it still had that vibe to it, like
Yeah.
that dark.
right.
vibe to
I'm just
it.
saying, like, I get. It feels like Nolan's relationship to Gotham and different things. It feels like Superman's relationship to America and everything sort of has that same. Oh, it's sort of realism, but sort of not. But like grounded. What does that look like in a Superman was really existed today type of vibe? So I hope it goes back a little bit and is like less realism, but still feels. I don't know. It's like an interesting line to walk.
It is. Since we're on it in terms of DC, let's talk about the big gun in the room here. James Gunn is now in charge of DC, and this kind of can connect to Superman in a way because
I'll be right back.
WB or W, not WB. Yeah, DC. He's saying W. Anyways, this kind of connects to Superman in a way because like I think the Superman news was in the works before James Gunn came to be in charge of DC, before that contract went through. But I think now that he's here, James Gunn could have a little bit of some say in terms of where Superman's, the tone at least, is going to go. He might have some meetings with, he's definitely going to have some meetings with Henry. So I'm excited to see where Gunn takes DC. Like we've heard DC is having some shakeup recently. Zaslav cutting a lot of projects, both DC and out of DC at Warner Brothers. So, but I think Gunn riding the ship here is pretty necessary, and it's a great get, perfect get, because like him and he's basically like the guy in charge of the galactic realm of the MCU. Like the MCU is divided between space, the things going on Earth, and the cosmic stuff.
The mystic, the cosmic, and the Earth.
Exactly, and James Gunn is pretty much in charge of like the cosmic. Like he did, the Guardians of the Galaxy really kind of cemented the cosmic world there. So having Gunn now be in charge of DC, I think he's had a lot of practice. He's a very imaginative, creative, collaborative guy. I think it's a great pick all around.
Oh yeah, it's inspiring. First move, James, please get Leslie Grace back, please. Let's do some more.
Please.
Let's see what her Barbara was and could be. I imagine I think the files are gone, unfortunately for the movie, but I've built her up to showcase her around. Please, more.
I hope so. I hope so really badly. Again, you mentioned Sasha Calle from The Flash upcoming. I hope she has a bigger role, because I think there were some reports months ago, that she was going to be like the new Superman of the universe when they couldn't get Henry Cavill. That's probably dead now. But
having them within the world together,
exactly, just having her in the world now, because the Flash is coming out one way or another, unfortunately. But Sasha Calle, having her be established is very cool, because I'm a huge Supergirl fan. Yeah. I don't want to see more so than Superman, but I think Supergirl is a very interesting character.
I mean, she left Krypton older than Clark was.
Exactly. I don't know why. I've just always had a fascination with Supergirl, whether it was in the Justice League series or like in Young Justice. Same thing for Batgirl. I've always liked Batgirl as well. Yeah. All the different thousands of different interpretations of Batgirl. So yeah, I hope like Leslie Grace comes back. The movie might be scrapped. Maybe James Gunn can pull a magic or a rabbit out of his hat there. I'm not sure.
So, like here's the remaining files. Let's see if we could scrounge together some studio backlot shots and see what we can pull out.
Yeah, because I think Zaslav was pretty certain. And again, James Gunn has to answer to the a-hole Zaslav. He has to answer to him. So I think James Gunn could be fighting an uphill battle.
Well, I will say James Gunn, I feel like, is like, of anybody in this industry, is definitely one of those that's like, he ain't gonna take the shit Zaslav. This isn't like his first rodeo, so he knows how to like push against the grain for sure.
Yeah, but he can't pull out a miracle. Like if
no,
Zaslav
he can't
says,
just
like,
he can't
cut a
like
movie,
he can't run free. But I think he'll have some power behind his words.
Oh, definitely. I think moving forward, yeah, but the Batgirl stuff is probably in the past. But again, keep the character. The character is still there, so you can put her in another movie upcoming or something like that. Pitch her character in a way that she can be seamlessly integrated into another story.
Even if you don't have like a lot to work with, like pull her in, do like a small like short special presentation.
Exactly. Just introduce her.
Do like a little like stakeout detective work, little scenery, short film. That'd be cool.
Because James still has to contend with like this modern DC era. Whatever he has to work with doesn't really have a Batman.
Right. At least not by the end of The Flash, presumably.
At least not by the end of The Flash, presumably.
They're still going to fold Keaton in.
They were still thinking in the pre-Gunn era, they were going to pull in Keaton to be our Nick Fury, Batman-esque person that jumps in between different franchises. But like,
yeah, it was just going to be so weird because it was going to be a world like, oh, we really don't have a Batman or a Superman now, right? With the actors. So
where does Gunn go? Where it's like, there isn't, now you have Superman, which is big. You have your Superman and Wonder Woman, and Wonder Woman 3 is still in active development.
And anything Batman related, I'm pretty sure they're just going to want to go full force with like focus with Reeves stuff.
Yeah, focus on Reeves. Reeves has carte blanche.
Yeah. So anytime we want to handle the Cape Crusader, we'll dive into that.
We talked about it months ago, right? But Reeves has that deal where he's doing, of course, Batman 2, the Penguin series he's producing,
potential
the upcoming
villain spinoffs for Clayface and Scarecrow, maybe.
I was gonna bring that up, with some other future DC projects. But yeah, so there's tons of stuff. I think Matt Reeves is definitely in charge of the Batman, He's the Batman world. But again, James Gunn has to contend with, I can work with DC now, but now I don't have Batman? I don't have a Batman to work with in my new universe?
But a Batgirl.
It's like Feige starting out by not having a Captain America or an Iron Man. It's like, what do I work with?
Well, at that time, Captain America and Iron Man were a box of scraps.
True.
So,
I mean,
Which I hope, and that's the other hope I have with him, is get some new unexpected takes off the ground.
Give me some live action Green Arrow.
Yeah,
Let's
give me
go.
he had 8 seasons.
I want to see. I want some Green Lantern stuff. Finally, like I just want like some of that, the cosmic side of all that. They're doing an HBO Max show, I think, still, which news revamped or something.
Everybody quit there.
What was the other thing? I mean, it's cool, and they explicitly mentioned that he's still going to direct some projects, so I would love to see him do that, of course, on specific passion projects. Is Peacemaker
Season 2 finished? Like, Peacemaker Season 2 finished production already?
No, they haven't even started.
They haven't started Peacemaker Season 2?
He's deep in post on Guardians still.
Oh, okay, my bad.
He's busy.
I thought they finished.
And now he's got to run the studio.
So Peacemaker probably in 2024?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But yeah, he's still doing Guardians. Kevin Feige said like he's not really going to be in charge of DC until May 2023.
Did you catch the headline that Zaslav, in such desperation, asked Feige if he wanted to take DC, and he respectively said no.
I wonder if that's true.
I'll believe it. I feel like the man has just hit
I don't know if
so many
true.
Fucking brick walls.
I
can see it. I can see the ego being like, I'm going to offer this guy a boatload of money and just try.
I see it as desperation with like the fucking...
I don't see it as there's no way Zaslav believed Feige could do that.
Man has debt. Man's losing investors left and right.
I think you have to try. I think probably his buddies were like, let's ask and see if he wants to. There's no harm in trying.
And hey, that's why they hired 2 people. They hired a producer and they hired a creative person,
Peter Safran. Yes.
So they hired the assets of what Feige is in 2 different people, which I think is completely smart in this.
Feige is just a miracle you'd never get in any time soon.
Yeah.
Feige, how do you know?
And I'm sick of Hollywood being the same thing of like, oh, we just need to get our Feige and that everything's fine.
Feige's
like,
an enigma. No. There is no other Feige.
Well, and I would say James is, a pretty close get. Kind of like
pretty close get. Yeah.
Not saying James was like a fucking Filoni to George, but he worked closely with the man, and he is genuinely a fan of the source materials.
And that's the best part there is he genuinely cares about comics. He understands how adapting him. He understands it's a different medium. He understands what that all entails. He understands that you can take liberties in with movies because it's a different thing, and so I'm very excited overall to see where the future goes because I think they did a very smart move with hiring him. I think they're not gonna. I'm most curious how they because all this Zaslav talks about is wanting like this overarching thing that's gonna of course they want to replicate the whole, we're going to build up to our own Infinity Saga. But what does that look like? And I don't necessarily think that fits DC.
I don't think they have one. For that. Like everything's so disjointed right now.
Which is such a strength of it. Is we're getting a Joker musical and the Batman at the same time. Like it's just very interesting.
Well, I think another thing that's a plus for Gunn is like similar to Feige now. People like working with Gunn. Has there ever been a guy or woman, anybody who says they don't like working with Gunn? Like Gunn has a lot of connections in Hollywood,
right?
From the horror realm, the comedy realm, action. Like Gunn has worked with a lot of people ever since like Guardians of the Galaxy and beforehand too. So he has a lot of connections, which I think other producers don't necessarily have.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a very talent-friendly DC bubble that people are going to be interested to go join now.
Which is big, right? We talked about that a couple of months ago with the whole Warner Brothers killing themselves basically in stock and making all these terrible decisions. We're like, who is going to want to work with DC and WB in general moving forward? But having Gunn now you can be like, okay, I don't really like the rest of WB, but if I want to make a Supergirl movie, I can have a good conversation with Gunn. I can probably get something afloat.
Which I hope they still do, by the way.
So yeah, you never know. I think Gunn being here just definitely a very positive thing for.
I also think he's gonna champion some of the animated stuff because I think he loves that stuff too.
Yeah, I think he said more Super Pets. 5 more Super Pet movies.
5 more. It's its
I heard,
own saga.
honestly, I
now.
heard of the Super Pets was pretty fun.
I heard it was pretty good. But
Also
yeah,
starring The Rock.
before Gunn was hired, there was a report from the THR about like upcoming DC projects. So Matt Reeves, of course, expanding the Batman universe. J.J. Abrams remains in the mix at DC
for producing the Superman.
Let's go.
You know what's going on there.
Because there's 2 competing projects there, right? Like the was there the Michael B. Jordan thing?
Yeah, that's still
sort of, but that was an HBO Max thing versus a theatrical.
Might be dead because HBO Max, cutting original content there.
Right. So who knows?
J.J. Abrams is very interesting. You know that he had a huge WB deal and he hadn't really done jack shit with it.
Well, because also he's pitched his biggest thing that he pitched them, they said no to. Because he wanted to spend $200 million on the first season.
I'm so upset because I was so excited for that show.
And it would have been fire. Original sci-fi.
Sci-fi by Abrams. Please give it to me. Bummer.
His return to TV, he would have been.
But James Gunn is also secretly angling for a new DC project outside of Suicide Squad and Peacemaker.
Makes sense. It's probably a character that he really likes and he wants to bring to life. That's my prediction. I don't think it's going to be anything we expected.
Yeah. James Gunn, we know, goes out of left field. Like, who thought Ego the Living Planet
was going to be
a villain?
Yeah.
Nobody. Yeah.
All right, sit down.
Is it? I am. Isn't Ego already a villain in the comics?
Let's see what else is here. Geez. Peacemaker season 2. Man of Steel.
You don't know the lore, Carson?
No, I don't.
Don't pick this fight.
For Man of Steel 2, THR says they intend to have Cavill reiterate the role, but also there's a wish list for directors. Christopher McQuarrie is in that realm. But we know McQuarrie...
I just cannot see him getting done with Mission Impossible 8.
Remember
he's gonna be tired.
You talked about it with a couple months ago, where McQuarrie has like a lot of upcoming projects in the future.
By the way, with Cruise, not to mention
Cruise.
He almost died of COVID the MI7 set. Let's not forget that.
Yeah,
he's going through a lot. So
McQuarrie has Mission Impossible 7, Mission Impossible 8. He has a secret action movie with Tom Cruise. He's producing the space movie that Cruise is doing with.
And aren't they also working on the musical thing?
Whatever. And Cruise is doing a musical thing with McQuarrie. McQuarrie is booked for the next couple of years, as Tom Cruise was smart enough to do. So yeah, I don't think McQuarrie. Unfortunately,
not to mention he's also a notorious script doctor who will go in on bigger blockbusters.
Which is unfortunate because McQuarrie had a great pitch to Superman a couple of years ago. They just never went through.
Now, that being said, if he puts some other stuff on the side to do a Superman movie, I'll still be thrilled.
I'll be thrilled. Yeah, of course. Okay, let's see here. Black Adam sequel potentially on the horizon. Of course, we already knew that.
I'm so curious because right now it's tracking as much as like Eternals, so it's gonna make like around $400 million on a $200 million budget, which is like right on the bubble.
Not great, but not bad. Yeah,
but franchisability, I guess. Keep going forward.
Yeah, you have The Rock, I guess. Like,
you have The Rock.
Start. Yeah, rough start, but they're probably thinking we could be better for the second one. The Penguin movie is in production, of course, or Penguin series coming, but also
the what's the lead that just got cast? She's
Christine Milioti.
And as Falcone's daughter, who is going to be fighting for the power versus Penguin. That's epic.
That's great because we know after the Batman, there's a kind of like that power vacuum.
Mm-hmm. My favorite term on this show.
Love.
Yeah,
that should be a T-shirt.
Where did we talk about power vacuums?
Everywhere. Boba Fett.
Boba Fett. Oh God.
Speak freely.
Tatooine, the power vacuum in Tatooine. Mos Espa.
Why does everybody want to go back to Tatooine?
You're telling me.
What was the notorious thing that we talked about?
What is her name? I'll get it in a second.
Was it Amando?
No. It was somewhere else. I don't know what it was.
Kristen Milotti, yeah, as
Yeah.
Sophia Falcone. Just Kristen. Yeah, she's been in a lot of great things.
Where do I know her from? Because you looked familiar.
Shoot, crap. What's the one thing?
She's in HBO's The Staircase. Is that what it's called?
No,
I don't watch shows.
it's like Love something, right?
What's her name again?
Kristen Milotti.
Kristen Milotti.
She's in a lot of great things. Let's see here. Palm Springs. There we go.
Palm Springs. That
was a big thing.
Should have led with that.
She was in Birds of Prey.
Okay.
Nani?
Black Mirror. Didn't watch it.
She's in Black Mirror. I remember that.
Wolf of Wall Street, apparently.
I don't remember.
She was in Modern Love, this Amazon Prime series that I like. Yeah, she's been in a lot of good rom-coms back in the day. Palm Springs was probably a big... Made for Love was the HBO Max series. That's what it was. I knew it was love something.
I was introduced to her through Palm Springs, and she is phenomenal. So, great pull.
Doesn't the THR article also mention what Nathan already brought up, like the other villain spin-offs?
Scarecrow, Clayface, Professor Pig.
Mike Flanagan's Clayface, please.
Yes.
Just let him show run.
Yeah, I would love that. Clayface is a fascinating character.
I always love those episodes in the animated series.
I know. I was about to bring that up.
Peak.
Like in the animated series, they really go in on
just
like,
the scene of him like in the mirror, dude. Like,
the trauma.
Come on,
emotional.
What are you showing me?
Oh, come on!
It's scary. It's crazy. It's wacky. Like, you can do a lot of great things with.
Dude, the body horror you could do with Clayface. They're too cowardly to do with Sandman. I'm kidding.
Let's see. That's about it for future DC stuff. I can't really find Joker 2 is coming about here.
Right.
Yeah, I thought there was another big thing here. They kind of said like it's a wild, wild west here at WB in terms of like what's moving ahead, what's not. I think that's why a week later it was announced like Gunn is coming in to like spearhead what's going on here. Oh, a script for Wonder Woman 3 by Patty Jenkins is expected immediately. Flash sequel is already written. Led by Aquaman writer David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick.
Now, how is this gonna go? Do we have a different pair?
I think Flash sequel makes sense. Ezra's gone. We all know this. Everybody in the world knows this.
How, when, where?
This is Ezra's last time. Now, this can be called a good recasting, not Henry Cavill as The Witcher. Which we haven't talked about on this podcast yet. I guess we'll talk about that at the end.
I'm not deep into The Witcher, but even I'm like, Nani? How?
It's bad. But yeah, I'll keep it on the Flash right now. But I think the Flash, it makes total sense to do a sequel. It's kind of weird that it's already written before the first movie comes out. I don't really like that.
They had so much time, didn't they?
They've had, you're right, so much time. This movie kept getting delayed. It makes sense that there's at least one little script out there that's like, oh, here's what we could do for Flash 2. Yeah. That is by like the writer of Aquaman doesn't give me a lot of hope, but Flash sequel makes sense. You're definitely going to axe Ezra. He's gone.
Oh, yeah. Recast.
He's totally gone. People have been saying that they like the guy from 1917.
George McKay.
He'd be fine.
That'd be interesting.
He'd be cool. But also, Wonder Woman 3 is coming along fine. And Flash sequel.
Yeah, especially because Patty's not doing Star Wars anymore, so
had to say it.
Gotta say it.
Well, I'm just saying she's probably working on it.
Pull up the video of the roller skates.
Oh, breaks my heart.
Oh no, Jesus
that was such
Christ.
a good launch video. I love it.
It really was.
Oh man, tragic.
God, the confidence of putting such a.
I know, right?
Like, imagine they fucking we saw Ryan's fucking cut, beautiful 8. And
they just
and he's gone. I'm going to direct some Better Call Saul. Gotta see around.
Damn, someone tweeted that though. Like, imagine. I almost wish that Ryan didn't do this, and this. Like, imagine if we had Ryan's Better Call Saul episode. I'm like, that would have been peak.
Oh, I mean, well, at least we got Deborah Chow's Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul directors are just so fire. I don't think he would have like added too much to the series. No, I mean, because
He directed some of the best episodes
You're
of
right.
Breaking Bad.
You're right. You're right.
But they're also probably.
But
like,
it is a different beast. I will.
You know,
It's a
me
different
and-
beast.
You know how I am with TV directors. It's like
Yeah.
certain times you can really tell. but
Writer's medium.
It's really Vince Gilligan's baby there. Like if somebody told me like, oh, Ryan directed a piece of Better Call Saul season 5, I would have had no clue because it's just I don't really see a big difference.
Yeah,
Certain things I can tell, but other things I can't.
It's like I'm not gonna equate like Better Call Saul to something like a CW show, but when I heard interviews from Kevin Smith when he comes on to direct an episode, he's like, I'm basically just there just to intake the shit that all the executives say, and then they look at me like a toddler, like, oh, what do you think, Kevin? He's like, I'm just happy to be here.
Like I only knew those were Kevin episodes on like Flash or Supergirl.
Yeah, because he posts pictures.
Because he posts pictures of it. If I didn't know that, I'd be like, oh, that was another episode of Supergirl or Flash. Like there was nothing Kevin Smith about it. Granted,
but even when it is Kevin, Kevin's static tripod on camera. It's his brand, baby.
I don't really watch a lot of Kevin Smith movies. So I wouldn't know his style, but yeah, I think they were pretty.
Do I have?
Well, let me tell you.
For you.
Oh boy.
Come on, have some laughs.
Have you watched Clerks 3 yet?
No.
Not yet. I missed it.
It's coming out in Blu-ray. I saw a pre-order for it.
It's on digital now. I need to see it. Do I react?
Fake fan.
Mr. fucking Stoner, going to see the double feature.
It was great.
And then fucking burn your brain so much you forgot the movie.
Couldn't tell you what the second movie was.
Well, fun.
That's amazing.
I have to, of all series, I have to go with you on Carson. It's got to be that series.
What series?
That's the original MCU, baby.
The original MCU, the Clerks universe.
The View Askew universe.
I'll get around to his filmography eventually.
No, you won't.
You will not. That's not your brand.
Wow!
It is literally the most anti-Evan movie I've ever seen.
I mean, it's fine. Don't worry. I just
now Bill and Ted. I will get you on Bill and Ted because those are actually
That's probably even less.
Easy 90-minute, three 90-minute trilogy. It's great.
It just seemed too on the goofy end.
Mm-mm.
No, the Last Jedi's, the Logans.
Yes.
Stop it.
Yes.
They are.
I would not vouch for it if it genuinely was.
Yeah,
a
you
good
would.
Time.
You watched
No,
the
I
documentary.
wouldn't.
Name
No,
one
I wouldn't.
example, one bad Carson example that isn't Avatar in your eyes.
That would be like me saying like, oh, like I still recommend Fantastic Beasts even though I hate it. Like no, like I don't do that to people.
You're a good soul. Okay, yeah, you're right. I mean, granted, Carson
Does
didn't
this
really
have to be
recommend
my
a
birthday
lot of
poll?
movies
Is a
to
Bill
me.
and Ted?
No, please don't.
Oh, no, I'm doing Paranormal Activity too.
That's good. I watch that now that I'm hooked on the franchise.
Yeah, I'm trying to hook you guys even more.
That first one is still so good.
It was
man.
crazy. That was haunting.
The ending.
Yeah.
I can't imagine seeing that in theaters. I would have been freaked out for days
I'd
if
be
I saw
lost.
that at age
Wait
12
till you
or
see
whatever.
the second one, baby.
Oh baby, I'm excited. We can move on though. Real quick, Conjuring 4 is in the works.
Let's go, and I'll
WB.
and I'll watch.
From the writer again of Aquaman.
Is Juan producing it?
Juan is producing. No idea who's directing
Who directed the last?
Who directed 3?
Great question.
Isn't Patrick Wilson directing Insidious 5?
I think so.
Is Patrick Wilson in Conjuring or am I crazy?
Yeah, he's in
Devil
all
made
three.
me do it.
I think he's maybe only in the first Insidious.
Directed by Michael Chavez.
I need to watch Insidious. Michael Chavez. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they said who's directing it yet, but of course Patrick Wilson and Bill Formiga are set to.
Oh, Nathan, did you see that still of the Evil Dead movie?
I did.
That's cool.
That is hype. Shockingly, I am sad to say I still have not seen 2013's Evil Dead.
I know. We should watch it because I want
Really?
to.
Oh, I haven't either. Shoot.
Commentary. Add it to the list.
I can't tell if you're genuine.
I mean, I haven't watched any of the series. That was a joke.
Yeah, remember he hasn't.
I know he hasn't, but like you know,
I know.
fun.
I can totally see him seeing Evil Dead 2013. Be like, oh yeah, Freddy Alvarez is like, yeah, it's like really good. You know, me and Jalen went back when I in high school, and
Evan,
it was.
we gotta hook you on the Raimi, baby.
Oh yeah, I saw Spider-Man 2 before. That was pretty cool.
Every time.
Imagine the Doc Ock hospital scene, but it's the whole runtime.
Yeah, I heard
But
that
also-
pitch before.
It's still funny.
Army of
It's horrible.
Darkness is so good.
It's my favorite. It's
My favorite too.
Into
it's just
Darkness?
perfect.
Army
Army of Darkness.
I like that one too. Carson, did you ever see the Army of Darkness alternate ending?
Yes,
Haha.
because you made me go back and watch it.
That was pretty cool.
Shut up.
No,
Get out.
It is. It
I'm
is.
done. I'm done. But
is.
I'm done. But yeah, have you guys seen Conjuring 3? None of you guys have, right? Yeah, you haven't seen Conjuring 1 yet.
I saw Conjuring 3 in theaters.
Yeah, Nathan's
Oh, you
seen all
did?
of them.
Okay.
I'm the
Oh,
I'm the
no,
one who's uncultured.
I started my journey in the universe. What I did, I watched the first 3 Conjurings, and I watched the first Annabelle, and then I stopped. I don't know why, because I fucking always fall off the fucking boat. But I want to get back on board, baby.
The Nun? I don't know. What is that?
I want to continue my rank. I have a fucking incomplete letterbox ranking. I want to keep going. I need to just restart.
And I just got to watch the first Conjuring because I haven't seen any of them.
Oh, now, Evan, I'm sorry to boost.
Because y'all had that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Y'all had that on your list for top 10 horror, right? Or one of you did.
Oh, it's easily top 10 horror.
Of the 2010s. Of all time?
All time.
I put
Ooh.
two.
No, all time. Actually, that's hard.
The love story of 2. It's so good.
I think of the 2000s in the top 10 still. Yeah. Of the 90s and 2000s.
Oh, I watched Barbarian and other horror updates.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah. And
Finally.
you hated it.
You didn't
No,
like
I
it.
did hate it.
I know.
It was just so overhyped, and it's my fault for not watching it sooner
That is
because I had like
Expectations.
sky high expect. I'm like, this is going to be
Sky high?
like revolutionary.
Something recent came out in the last few years where that happened to me too, and I was just bummed that was overhyped.
Was it Bill and Ted 3?
No.
That being said, it was a wild ride for me. Like I really enjoyed it.
I had a blast watching that movie.
That the switch up is sort of insane how they remotely pull it off. Like it's just because they literally cut away for 5 minutes, and I'm like, what is happening? What is I'm sitting there to myself, and I'm like, it's not going back. Wait, is this connecting? What? Like it feels so and then you get to the house, you're like, oh,
Yeah. It's a tonal roller coaster, but it all works.
it all works because then he gets in the house, and you see how he's like treating everything differently than the previous people, and it's so funny. I like the jarringness between how he goes into the basement versus how they go into the basement. The funniest
I don't
gag,
really know
he
about
pulls out the
spoilers,
measuring tape.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not talking about any spoilers about what's down there, but the measuring tape thing is so funny to me.
It's so good.
So funny.
One of the best scenes of the year.
And
the
the-
audience was like dying of laughter.
And then he just finds more space, and he's like, "Fucking A."
Justin Long was peak. He'd been great ever since Live Free Die Hard.
The funniest trailer this year is them uploading a trailer titled Justin Long's new movie.
See, that's what threw me
That's
for a
hilarious.
loop because I thought it was an actual movie coming out. I didn't watch that trailer, but I saw it uploaded to you like guys were sending it. I'm like, oh, like I like Justin Long. Like, does he have a new movie coming out? Like,
That happened to me too. I started
You know?
it, and then I noticed it was creeping into Barbarian.
and then I see the shot of him driving, and I go, oh, that's the meme.
It's great.
So,
Bill Skarsgård really good as well in this.
yeah, and he was innocent.
Yeah.
He was
to that point. I would like the man to be in a rom-com. I want to.
Yes, please.
Bill Skarsgård in a rom-com.
Hell yeah. I feel like he's proven himself.
I think he's allergic.
Poor guy
to
had like
rom-coms.
PTSD on the couch or something, man. I don't know. It's like
they could have had it all. Rolling in the deep. All right.
overall, though, let me just say this: if I'm her that next day after the job interview, and I'm driving through that empty Detroit like neighbor, I am not going back.
Turn around.
Turning around, and then the person I'm interviewing with tells me, "Oh, that's a horrible area." I'm not going back.
I thought she was gonna book her a different place to stay.
I did too.
Well,
Please do.
I think because she had her stuff still there, right?
Yeah.
All her stuff was there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also cute Bill Skarsgård.
Yeah. Nathan really wants that rom-com.
I did too.
They're good chemistry.
Think about it. Think about the movie could have gone that way. It could have been total smut. Like, oh, they booked the same Airbnb. What's gonna happen?
And there's only one bed. Oh.
and, they
The
were
best trope.
and they were roommates.
Every Raylo fic I've read.
There's only one bunk on the Millennium Falcon.
It really is.
Lando's closet, peak track.
Exactly.
On the Solo.
Let's go.
So yeah, that was a bit.
Oh, it's so good when he's just sitting at the table. It's like, oh, I thought you might think be
Yeah, it's
creepy if
weird that I open
this
the
in-
wine, but
if I
like,
didn't open it in front of you, I'm like, he's just like me. Oh, man.
Amazing. What's next here? Since we're still in DC, like, the Green Lantern show, real quick, is just going through hell.
yeah, it's just like a new show at this point, right?
A Guy Gardner and I forget the other guy's name. Do you remember the other early Green Lantern, Nathan? Not Guy Gardner, something else. But it was supposed to have a cast of Green Lanterns. It's supposed to be Green Lantern.
Jal Horden.
Not Hal Jordan.
Jal Horden.
Jal
I
Horden.
said Jal Horden.
Nice. Nice.
I don't. DC was not my deepest mythology as much as Marvel.
Gal Gadot.
Gal.
It was Guy Gardner. But anyways, it was supposed to be like
Gal
a huge cast of Green Lanterns, but now
it's just a solo show, right?
Now they're scrapping. Even Seth Grahame-Smith, the writer of Game Night, wrote all the episodes. He is now gone after writing every single episode. He is gone. He has left the project. No, they're redeveloping everything. The rumor is, or the report is, that John Stewart is going to be the main character. They're only doing
John Carlos.
John Carlos.
Also, why does John Stewart sound like the fucking late night host?
That's his name, John Stewart.
No, not John. Is that?
Yes.
Wait, how? No.
Fuck. The Daily Show with John Stewart.
Yeah. So who's the comic character?
John Stewart, the black guy, John Stewart.
Yeah, they have the same name.
Yes.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
No, that's why I was like, why does he sound like the
I know. I was.
Hold
on. What does the late night host look like? I forget what this guy looks like.
I don't know who John Stewart looks like.
I know who John Stewart looks like. He was in BBS.
Oh, this guy.
What do you mean, this guy? He's like one of the most famous reporters of all time.
No,
I didn't know you were such a fan of him.
Yeah, I watched him every single day after school. John Stewart every single day
after school.
Like Conan and everybody else, I feel like is way more.
No, wrong.
No, like Conan.
Wrong. Conan's great, but he's more famous than John Stewart. Not at all.
Okay.
How are we debating late night hosts? How did this?
I don't know how we got to this point. John Oliver was a co-host from
John Stewart.
John Stewart. Yeah. That's how we got his thing.
You're right.
Look, they're not Jimmy, so we're fine.
No, I'm just okay. Sorry, John Stewart's my boy.
Colbert. Who is that? Who came out?
Colbert came from. Colbert. I thought he was SNL then.
Yeah, maybe.
Conan was SNL and Simpsons.
Maybe Colbert was on Stewart actually, but they're best buddies.
Yeah, I thought you took up the mantle.
Episode 9 panel host Stephen.
Did he take Jay Leno's old show?
I think.
Jay Leno, Stewart, or Colbert?
No, Colbert.
Colbert did, yeah. Same time slot, different show.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Exactly. But yeah, Green Lantern show. Because I always figured they're going to do a movie. Maybe Gunn also wants to do a movie, but with this show being so John Stewart focused, I don't know.
It could be interesting. Like, I'm not opposed to a series. I would just like a. Actually, I think if they're going to do multiple Green Lanterns, do an animated show. It would work the best in animation. Do a high budget animated show on HBO Max.
I totally agree. I'm so worried about HBO Max DC animation because Young Justice season 5 is slipping away, unfortunately.
But I think they'll make new shows though. Like think how much DC has survived on animation alone during like the dry spells of live action content.
You could say that, but their animation hasn't been the best.
But there's so much of it, like compared to Marvel, is what I'm saying.
True. Good point.
Like there's always some Batman animated thing come out. There's always
that's
like Harley Quinn stuff. There's always like all that stuff.
That is true.
I feel like those are like their guarantees though. Like it's always gonna get viewership.
But now let's venture over to Marvel because there's a lot of rumors going on at Marvel right now.
There are?
Yeah. So up front we have Dr. Doom may not be in Fantastic Four. This is a rumor from.
I called it.
Okay.
It's a rumor.
Isn't he?
It's from Jeff Snyder.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He's the main antagonist of them, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Because has he been in every adaptation
of live action?
Or
yes, thus far.
Minus like the sequel.
Well, of these three. Well, even like the old '90s one. Yeah. Yes.
He wasn't in Fantastic Four 2.
Yeah, he was. Right? Oh, he absolutely was. He stole the Surfer's board.
Yeah.
He did?
I don't know.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Huh.
Who
These commentators.
is this going to be an origin of the Fantastic Four? Number
Kind
one.
of have to, right?
It kind of has to be.
Oh no! Actually, no. We talked about Feige does not want to do an origin for.
Okay, so they're already going to be
Stop
sort of
skipping the origins. I'm sick of it now. You can do it for Spidey, I guess. Come back.
What do you mean spider? You guess. We know he got bit by a fucking spider. There.
Yeah.
Happy.
But then
Old
the
man
whole
down.
trilogy became an
No.
origin.
Yeah.
Uncle Ben has to die.
What's the amazing Spider-Man quote, Nathan?
All right.
Give it to me.
Oh, fuck. How did it start?
Yeah, he forgets it. Peer pressure.
Because I forget how he starts.
Because he doesn't use responsibility. He
So
goes
if you have
around
the
it.
power
Yeah.
to help someone, you have a moral obligation to do those things. That's what's at stake here. Not choice, responsibility.
Yeah. It's perfect. He goes around it, and then at the end he gets to
Right.
the word. It's very funny.
And it's still not the exact.
Man.
And which is so funny in No Way Home. He's like, Uncle Ben said it. No, he didn't.
No, he didn't say shit.
You liar.
Yeah, we saw the clip. Roll the tape.
One of your hidden voicemails.
So wait, so we know the director of Fantastic Four is
Do we? We don't know the
Matt
director.
Shackman, right?
yeah.
Oh,
Shackman.
we do now.
Yeah, we know. That was what the only thing was announced at T23.
He's the guy who did
WandaVision.
WandaVision directing. He didn't write WandaVision.
John
did
Watts
he?
stepping
Then
away
he was
from
going
the
to do
stuff.
Star Trek, and then Star Trek didn't.
Did he
happen.
write WandaVision or direct it?
He directed
Showrun?
it.
I thought Jack Schaefer was the showrunner of WandaVision.
Good question.
He was the consistent director of all the episodes.
Okay. Got it.
Will I ever get Star Trek 4?
No.
All right. Well, Fantastic Four we'll have to do.
So if it's not an origin, they already like assembled. Like, what do you guys want this movie to be?
don't
If
know.
you
I-
make
hard.
if you're making this movie, how would you make it?
I want it to be an origin.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just kick off the movie with the project going
Right,
forward,
like an
and then-
accelerated.
Yeah,
version.
and I think it was Christian who was like tweeting an interesting idea about having their experiment instead of going into space, maybe have it be through the quantum realm to develop their
Ooh.
powers with Reed's, science stuff. I don't know if it would be a thing where they start off. I mean, it would be an interesting thing if they like say kicked off in the '60s and went through the quantum realm and then popped out in modern day. That would be kind of an interesting factor.
I do love me a fish out of water.
Oh, you do? Well,
They're
you'll
gonna be
like
like, well,
time
we need a
where-
catchphrase. Yeah, but
Tell them the Man in Black thing.
tell them the Fantastic Four section.
Now, who's gonna be the main villain of this movie, if not Doom?
Mole Man.
Mole Man.
Oh man, who's
the
Mole Man?
Underminer.
The
I don't know.
Underminer, yes!
He's back.
That's an incredible Fantastic Four reference.
I mean, their first villain was just a fucking monster. Just
Yeah, it was just a random monster.
which is how the comics goes.
I mean, that would be cool. I'd be down for like an insulated villain that like doesn't like have to overlap with anything.
Let me look up big. It's not Galactus. I'll tell you that one.
They're not doing that.
Not
While
Galactus.
Nathan's looking that up, I'm curious what I want from this Fantastic Four movie. A good cast, good chemistry.
Speaking of
family
which, is
dynamic.
Diego? Was the other rumor that you were going to bring up that
Oh.
Diego
I don't have that in my rumor list, but
Diego is rumored for Reed?
It's possible.
I would
I'd be down.
love it. As soon as somebody brought it up, I couldn't get it out of my head.
I know I couldn't either.
I'm not the biggest Reed fan in the world, but I think he'd make a good Reed.
Well, because he's an interesting contradiction of a character, though. Like it's so funny because he's like the smartest guy, and then it's also like,
Yeah,
well, how do we make that interesting? Like, you know.
I think so.
Okay, so a lot of these Fantastic Four villains aren't really big names. But
They
of the
don't
biggest
have a
one,
good rogues guy.
like of the biggest three, I'd say it comes down to Doctor Doom, Galactus, and Namor.
oh gosh,
What
we're
they
screwed.
do? I mean, is
They
Namor gonna
can't do
die?
Namor.
Is
No.
Namor gonna
I don't
die?
think Namor's gonna die.
They already talked about
Redemption. I don't
the
know.
producer named Moore. No redemption. But the producer named Moore said like, I shouldn't cancel out redemption. What am I kidding me?
Namor's
But
kind of an asshole in the comics.
I think the producer named Moore said they could do a Namor spinoff, which led me to believe that he might still be alive. You don't kill off Namor.
Namor is to the Fantastic Four the Mr. Steal Your Girl of the
boy.
comics.
So they will interact. Is your just not in this first movie? Is what your prediction is?
Probably.
Probably.
not.
Probably.
Or they probably will not interact. Yeah.
Okay.
Do our own thing.
Hell, can they make an original villain? Like, what is stopping them from making an original villain?
Feige original.
All right.
No, Feige won't. Do that. He's scared.
Hasn't he though? At some point.
No.
Has there been any original villains? Let's think.
Tell me, Harley Keener from Iron Man 3 was in the comics.
Yeah, who is that?
He probably was.
You're right.
Repurposed.
I mean, they
Feige-
kind of like have a thing. They'll take like any minor person
Yeah.
and they'll just stretch into
They'll
something to fit the mold.
repurpose, stretch it. Yeah.
Because if they're not gonna, they don't want to do Doom, then make something that serves the story and make it interesting.
Again,
Like,
this is a rumor. We don't know if it's true or not. but
Themselves.
it makes sense because Nathan tweeted me out, called me out.
What
'Cause I said, my early theory was that he might be the villain in Secret Wars.
Secret Wars. And you think now that he can't be because if he's not showing
If he's
up
not in
here,
Fantastic Four, you don't pop him in.
You don't pop him
Avengers
in.
Movie. No.
But if he's somewhere else, where would you set up Doom in the nation of
nothing.
Latveria?
Black Panther 2.
Probably.
I don't know.
Shang-Chi too.
yeah, but that's not happening until 2026.
And remember, I had an idea that like Doctor Doom could be like a big figure in what's it called, Ironheart. That magic.
did say
You know what?
Emerald
I wouldn't be
Fury.
mad if like the movie The Fantastic Four does introduce Doom, but he's not villainous and he's an associate.
He's like best buds. Like we never
Not
really
best
did that.
buds. I think they'll still like Reed and Victor will be like kind of like
Can we get
rivals,
that? Can we
but-
get them being friends then rivals? Because I don't think they're automatically rivals in the
Okay.
comics.
I can't remember. Were they friends in the comics?
For a little bit, and
Enemies
then,
to lovers?
It just pops into like, oh, we're rivals.
Enemies again?
Of course, it depends on the adaptation, but
Yeah. But yeah, I can see it probably being something like that growing apart. I know Fan Four Stick attempted that. But yeah, I think that would be cool. Like as the main stuff is going on, maybe like Victor's figuring out his own thing, while the Fantastic Four is coming together, and then they'll break apart, and then we'll come back later with Doom. But I also don't know how we factor Doom in Latveria. Is
Doom and
Latveria later?
It's so much. And if they don't do Doom in Phase 5, a la like they don't do him in Fantastic Four, Kang, or Secret Wars, they can really set him up to be your next big bad after Secret Wars, which I think he deserves. He's like one of my all-time favorite villains. He's so smart. He's like, I always say this, he's like Tony Stark without morals. He's like, he's just a really interesting character, especially in 2018 Secret Wars.
God, that's gonna be to think that there's another villain beyond whatever Secret Wars turns out to be.
But that's the
Is
thing, Nathan-
literally
Nathan,
untangible for me. to
Remember we
grasp
talked
right
about
now.
it. I'm like, Kang Dynasty, obviously Kang, but Secret Wars, are they going to continue Kang going from Ant-Man to Loki to Kang?
I can see
and to Secret Wars. All Jonathan Majors really doing.
I
are we
mean,
all
that's a
doing
big
Kang?
trilogy right
That's
there.
a big quad trilogy if you include. Loki.
What was the thing I was pitching? I think I was pitching they do defeat Kang, but in doing so, it kind of like ruptures. It ruptures things into a more chaotic thing where the incursion, which is the other big thing we're building up to, is going to be the big crashing of the different universes into one, and the cycle of Battle World and all that.
Right.
And the merging of multiverse to then like, okay, well, we got to fix this and save the multiverse so everyone can
exist.
Yeah.
Which makes it even more, that does raise the stakes in terms of it's not just half of this universe will be gone, right? It's everyone has the potential to die.
Yeah, everyone.
But yeah, and granted, like sometimes they try to make a resolution of like, well, to have the stakes, but also not the stakes. They're like, we saved the world, but now all the multiverses, this one
Yeah,
universe.
because they really do need to be like, but at what cost in this movie? Otherwise, it doesn't really make any sense.
And that got weird in the comics because just thinking from the story of like Miles Morales, he was pulled from the Ultimate to the 616, which means Peter Parker's alive again, but also you're not with your OG family. What?
He was literally riding on like a rocket ship kind of thing that went from one universe to another. It was really weird. The incursions got really weird.
When do you think we get Galactus and the Silver Surfer?
Soon, but not in.
Do you think we get them prior to Secret Wars?
That's such a great question. I'm not sure.
This is what I think is so interesting now, is because we have all this stuff that's like now simultaneously happening, and like, isn't there just a celestial in the ocean? Like, like we can't. Like, it breaks my brain sometimes when I try to think about it, because I'm like, everything matters and nothing matters at the same time, because it's like they can't risk like too much overlap with certain stories unless you unlock different things of like, oh well, this makes it's like a whole like,
I mean, it's a big
double-edged
world.
sword. It's a big world, but he's sitting on it.
Yeah, it's a big world, and you know, as of late, we haven't been totally confined to New York City.
Wow.
The resident Tatooine of the Marvel.
Well, I mean, come on, we're in the middle of the ocean Arctic for the fucking celestial baby statue, so you know it's not in anybody's way.
I guess what I mean is it's just funny when there's world-altering events like that where it feels like everybody should be talking about it and like reacting to it, and then it's just like, oh, going about my day. Oh,
exactly.
Villain.
Well,
like,
Feige even talked about it. Phase 4 was all about introducing new characters.
Yeah.
Eternal.
I saw that on the red carpet.
Hawkman, like that. But then now Phase 5, as we go into it, it's about like what we do with these new characters, how they're going to affect these other new characters that he's also introducing, leading into like what we see in Phase, the end of Phase 5 in Phase 6.
When do we think we're getting Young Avengers? Do we ever talk about that after like?
Not really.
I think
I've kind of veered away from it.
But I think it's going to be after all of this.
Well,
I think it's going to be the same phase as when the X-Men and all that.
I think it's going to. I think they're going to come into the fold for Secret Wars as the Avengers, and then the torch will be passed by the end there. And
has to, right?
And granted, I don't know if they will call the next movie Young Avengers. They might just stick with Avengers and
just the mantle of it.
Yeah,
makes sense.
I think that makes sense, Nathan.
Other rumors.
Give me Haley Steinfeld. And that's all.
Please. There you go. Get the Black Widow and Hawkeye movie with Yelena and Kate.
This is I don't even know how to clarify this as a rumor. It's just what people hope to see. Sacha Baron Cohen for Mephisto in Ironheart. Now, the report is that Sacha Baron Cohen might be in the series for episodes 5 and 6. And people are just speculating what the character is going to be. Exactly, because people said his character might be a mix of CGI and in-person actor references. So.
And this is interesting because at first I was like, what the fuck? I know like every show has been like, is it Mephisto? And so with all shows, I was like, why the fuck would Ironheart of all things be Mephisto? And then I remembered Anthony Ramos' character is magic based. You know, maybe
the Hood, yeah. And we thought
if this guy shows up, I'll be so curious what he's actually like.
He is the fucking devil, my guy. He wants to steal your marriage.
Devil. Okay,
he's just the devil. Oh, don't bring that up.
I'm so sorry.
But he's just the devil, and he's just like a sneaky,
sly,
evil, guy. It's like it's not that deep at all. He just basically is the devil.
He literally is Marvel's devil.
So if the Hood's
ever get the one above all is what I want.
So if the Hood is like getting his powers from him in a way, it could be like a consequences thing. Like, oh, you worked for the devil, here's what you get in return. Kind of like a monkey's paw.
Like the more you take, the more you dwindle.
Exactly, that could be possible. But again, it's if Sacha Baron Cohen is playing Mephisto, he could play janitor number 3. So you never know.
Character actors, Sacha.
Sacha Baron Cohen. Marvel has wasted actors before. It's not. It won't be.
We know.
What do you mean? What are you talking about? What are you showing me?
Who's the guy from Iron Man 3?
Which guy?
The famous actor Trevor, what's his name?
Oh, Ben Kingsley.
Ben Kingsley.
He came back in Shang-Chi.
Still wasted.
Yeah. He'll be back.
And I love Shang-Chi to death, but come on.
You don't like Trevor?
No, I don't like Trevor.
Kind of funny full circle thing with the actual Mandarin.
I like that they used him again. I'm happy that he's getting his pay.
Oh, the guy who fights Hawkeye in Endgame.
Hiroyuki Sanada.
Yeah, wasted.
All right, yeah, I mean.
He was in Endgame. Damn.
Yeah, isn't that so sad?
It was a bummer. Like all the fucking headlines, like, "Oh, he joined the MC." Even on the red carpet, they're like, "How's it feel to join?" And they're like,
gone.
Great honor. Fuck! It's so quick, but a cool scene.
He's such a good actor, man.
Hopefully,
he had more to do in Bullet Train than Endgame.
Oh, he's great in Bullet Train. Hopefully, he can have the Gemma Chan.
Double casting effect.
You know what? I don't think anybody would mind that at all.
Put some makeup on him, some bullshit.
Don't even have to, honestly. He had what, a minute of screen time in the rain, in the dark.
Forget. Yeah, it's true.
We got it.
Other rumor, unless you had something else to say, Nick.
Keanu Reeves for Johnny Blaze.
I wish. New Vision series is in development titled Vision Quest. This is in the works. Early plot theories or synopsis is that Vision Quest will follow the Vision trying to regain his memory and humanity. Jack Schaefer, the creator of WandaVision, will oversee the series. There is a possibility for Elizabeth Olsen to appear as Wanda. Another source said it is said the series could be about Vision on a quest to find Wanda and see where she is and bring her back.
I'm sorry. If it's really called Vision Quest, that's so stupid. But
No.
Just call it Vision.
In the 80s.
I don't know where the source with the Wanda part comes in. I'm getting this from an Elizabeth Olsen account. I don't think that's very accurate.
Yeah. Okay. Catch me up to speed. At the end of WandaVision, he like bolts out of there.
All right. So have you ever heard of the ship of Theseus?
Oh god.
I'm not gonna go that far back. So basically, mental projection Hex Wanda creation Vision was going up against our real body Vision, who is now White Vision and Evil Vision.
Right.
And he, because they're both Vision, talks him through to, taking.
Yeah, I remember that scene in like the library, and they're like spinning around.
So he taps into his chip that was holding him back, and he kind of just like filters through that to
now he's starting to remember
the memories of unlock Vision's memories, so that he can regain his humanity, because he is the original Vision. For all intents and purposes, so he just has to regain what he's lost and re-upload his memory bank pretty much.
So he's going to be a fish out of water type thing as he regains his memory is what we think this show is going to be.
Another fish out of water.
To a sense. I mean, he has some images he's filtered through, and he's even like recognized that he is the Vision. He just needs to get back up to speed.
But he also
will he ever fight in the main Avengers again, or will he have a cathartic ending?
I think he'll be back. For sure. He's an android. He lives forever.
I don't know. Where's the end? Because it's like
we don't end.
I think he should stay. Vision was a character from the Phase 2 era. I think he might have to stay. No, I say that, but then you still have Sam Wilson around here.
Hell, he's Jarvis himself.
Yeah, he could stick around here. I really want more fresh blood in my new Avengers cast.
I mean, yeah, I will say, in terms of like passing the baton from the old to the new, I think. I mean, what I want Wanda to come back, and I want her to be with Vision, and I want them to be happy, and just let them live.
I need my Steve Endgame ending with Wanda and Vision.
Yeah, because she for all
getting to actually live together, but it's not
Wanda
fake.
To be happy for once.
Yes,
yeah, she repented at the end of Multiverse. She made the self-sacrifice. Shut up, she's bad. There was
you saw the ploof.
And the further magic after.
Self-sacrifice means she's redeemed now.
What do you want, Evan? What do you want for her?
Oh my god! I mean, I hate the whole. It's not a fan. Anyways, but I do hope Wanda gets like, if she's in the series, that's great. But I just want a Wanda movie. That'd be even better. I would love that, but I doubt it. We'll see. But yeah, Vision Quest. Are you excited about this? I'm not really that excited for it. It could be good, but a whole character about Vision that's ballsy as heck.
Hey man, I love Paul Bettany.
I love Paul Bettany. Poor guys to be in makeup for all the episodes.
I'm sure they've definitely evolved the makeup to be easier to apply and take off.
Oh, instead of 6 hours, it's 3 hours of makeup.
Hell yeah, baby!
Jeez.
They film it all in a day.
I do like Paul Bettany too. He's a great actor, and he has some great lines. It's just I'm very curious to see how compelling a Vision series could actually be.
I mean, the ship of Theseus scene is fucking awesome.
We're getting that in every episode. It's like just new mythology every episode.
Look, man, if he was my professor, all I'm saying is,
have you heard of Orion? Have you heard of Prometheus? Have you heard of Achilles? It's like, okay, we get it, buddy.
Paul Bettany to join Ridley Scott's Alien Awakening. Let's go.
Please.
When did Carson leave?
Kelly stuff I think happened. Another last MCU rumor: Yahya Abdul. Oh crap! Let me get his name right.
Go on. The second.
Yahya Abdul Madim the second. Sure. Candyman guy, Aquaman guy. He is rumored to be Wonder Man, Simon Williams, Wonder Man, which has been in development for quite some time. We know Destin Daniel Cretton was going to produce this series. He's the guy that did Shang-Chi, by the way. So Wonder Man has been in development for quite some time. Him being casted makes a lot of sense. He's going from DC to Marvel, which is always great. Always, again, has a man in his name, Candyman, Manta, Wonder Man.
Stretching it there.
Thank you very much. So yeah, Wonder Man, of course, very interesting character. In the comics, he was kind of like this individual created to go against the Avengers. He has a lot of OP powers in terms of energy manipulation. He could turn into energy, but he's also very good at just like basic proton blast, flying, strength, invulnerability, that kind of thing. So I'm very curious to see where they go with his character. He's also like an actor in the MCU. I remember Nate Fillion was supposed to be this guy in deleted scene from Guardians Volume 2.
Oh, right.
But Yaya playing him would be great. He's a great actor. He's great in Watchmen. So yeah, I would really like to see him play Wonder Man in the MCU.
In the Matrix.
Great in the Matrix. But yeah, Wonder Man's an interesting character. Not a lot of people know about him. Again, in the comic books, in the OG comic books, he was used to go against the Avengers from, I think he was created by Baron Zemo, or Baron Zemo like manipulated him to go against like the Avengers, but then he turns good. Then other portrayals, he's like an actor. So I'm very curious to see where he goes with this. If other people have more Wonder Man information than I do, please put it in the comments.
Please call us at 9.
Yeah, please call us or leave a comment. Say, this is actually Wonder Man. Please. I don't read a lot of Wonder Man comic books. What?
At 867-5309.
Oh God. 4444.
555.
Please. So that's very interesting. Yeah, fantastic actor. He's great in everything.
Absolutely.
I forgot, it's in our thumbnail, but Lupita Nyong'o.
Yes.
Starred in A Quiet Place Day One spinoff, directed by the guy that did Pig, Michael. I forget his last name, but he did Pig with, of course,
Nicolas Cage.
Nicolas Cage, thank you.
So I haven't seen it.
Movie 2021.
Oh, Pig is peak. You gotta watch it.
What's his director's name? Michael Sarnowski. And I think he's a great get for A Quiet Place Day One, A Quiet Place Day One.
Yep, idea based on Krasinski, but written by someone else. I can't remember.
I think
for the screen.
So we assume it's probably going to take place obviously on day one, as we see in the flashbacks. But probably from a new perspective, a different family type vibe.
You just see John Krasinski running off screen.
It is presumably maybe the whole world.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know actually. That's a good point. Oh, in A Quiet Place Part 2, we learned that like they came from like an asteroid, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that was a singular location, if that's where the crash was, or if there's more.
I would love it if
how much do they reveal in this movie? It's very interesting.
Probably a lot. I would love it if she's near the epicenter of the crash where they started. That's crazy because they seem to have crashed, and then within hours, they like
take
over. It's very quick.
Like how many of them crash in the one?
Great point. Yeah, was that just one crash site, or there multiple?
I mean, I could see like maybe it all breaking apart from a big thing and then spreading across the earth. Coming
Good
down.
point. Yeah.
But this is a huge get to get Lupita as the main star.
Yeah.
As she deserves. We've said multiple times that she deserves her own big franchise, and I wholeheartedly hope this continues on because
Day 2, Day 3.
She deserves to win, and I mean she has won an Oscar, but
after she won her Oscar, she's been in.
Exactly. We always talk about it like it's taken her so long for the industry to actually appreciate her, which sucks.
It's crazy. Is it her manager? Is it the industry? What's happening?
I think it's just the industry. Like
she's one of the best actresses working, flat out best.
Yeah.
She's never done a bad role before.
I still feel. I think it was people sort of typecasted her as that very specific black female role,
Yeah.
And she had to break out of that again unfairly. Had to break out of that.
Yeah.
Even though I love her as Maz, she's like hidden behind the creature.
Totally.
design.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm so glad that obviously she has Wakanda Forever and this, and
Us was so good.
Us was one of the best performances I've seen in a long time. Phenomenal.
On the horror podcast, Us was number 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Hey now.
And I think greatly so.
Yeah,
Led
she's
by
great.
her.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is coming out 2024, and then the article also confirmed that A Quiet Place 3 is in development. Krasinski is returning to direct, and it's on target for 2025.
Sweet. This is Paramount, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
all Paramount.
Oh, Paramount. Paramount got some good stuff in the future.
Oh, look at your streaming service grow.
Paramount Plus, baby. Pretty much it. Kelly Marshall, the writer of Venom 1 and Venom 2, is now directing Venom 3.
We gave up Andy.
Nathan, we go to you live on the scene. How do you feel?
Yeah, how do you feel about this, Nathan?
Live
Venom
Nathan
connoisseur.
reaction.
Yeah. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't seen her. Is this her directorial debut?
Wait, pause.
All right.
People were
Is she writing?
so excited when Andy Serkis came on board for Venom 2, but now when Kelly Marshall's on board, it's like, we'll wait and see.
What is
What
she
did
doing?
Andy Serkis bring to Venom 2?
It's Andy Serkis. He was good. I
He's a
liked
great
it.
actor, but he
I mean, the movie was bad, but
It wasn't bad. It was
It's
fun.
bad.
it wasn't his fault.
It's Black Adam.
Oh, okay.
It was the writing.
Oh.
Okay. Well, to that point,
She's right.
Wait, she's the writer. Shit. Let's go back.
you motherfucker. So is this her directorial debut?
Probably.
Okay.
I don't know.
Look, man. Look. They
It's a
have,
Simon Kinberg situation, I think.
maybe
Ooh,
they have,
ouch.
well, I wouldn't go as far to say. Well, maybe I don't know. Look, I think they have their style on lock. When I look at the Venom movies and even Morbius, I'm like, yeah, this is all the same aesthetic. And I have fun in different ways, especially more fun in Venom.
Yeah, this would be her directorial debut. She wrote Venom 2. She's writing Venom 3 with Tom Hardy. And she did a screenplay for 50 Shades of Grey and a story for Cruella.
50 Shades of Grey is my guilty pleasure.
I've never seen it.
Hold on.
Yeah, this is her directorial debut. I mean,
I had a very specific reaction tweet to this information.
Okay.
Basically, how I think the movie will go. I was just like, all right, well, Venom's probably going to fight Toxin, who they set up with in the last movie.
Really? You think they're bringing her back?
Toxin?
Wait, who's Toxin? Oh, Toxin. I'm thinking of
Toxin was
3.
the detective dude that Carnage almost killed.
Oh God, he was in the movie. Yes.
He was. So I think Venom will fight Toxin. He'll beat Toxin. He'll get jumped by Kraven. We'll have an end credit scene with Vulture and Morbius, and we will stray further from God. Is what I said.
We gotta talk. All three of them.
Look, man, I'm just kind of riding this out until we get to the true Spider-Verse thing. I hear Sony be planning through Madam Web. So
Please,
Where do you hear that?
we talk about this every podcast. We talk about any Spider-Man hero character. They have so many. Like, why don't you use them?
oh, this was an interesting thing. Carson, you had brought up.
I did.
Carson,
Podcast.
good idea.
No, Carson brought up earlier in the podcast of like, has Marvel ever decided to just like make a wholly new character for something?
Oh, okay.
I believe Madam Web is set to be doing something like this of making a original villain for the movie.
I respect it.
Yeah,
Tony, not
I think
mine.
their set photos were going around. It was like this dude who we thought was a Spider-Man suit, was red and black, but no. I think it's going to be a Spider antagonist.
Oh.
Spider
also-
antagonist.
Yeah. Yeah, Toxin could be interesting for Venom 3. Pretty boring because that actor didn't really bring much to the role
He was. He wasn't like a full-on villain or anything, so I don't know what it would go. Unless it's
they might just veer away from that.
But also, symbiotes be like craving flesh, so
Yeah,
gotta stop it. Fucking Venom's grandson at that point.
Man, these Venom movies they make so much money, but they're just so bad.
But Tom Hardy having fun, and that's why I'm there.
That's fun. Yeah.
And the effects look quite good.
They're good, and I can finally understand what he's saying. That's good too.
Well, Michelle Williams will be back. That's all I need to know.
Probably not.
She said yes to 2.
Oh, you said Michelle Williams. I'm thinking of again another character. Yeah, probably. What's she doing? The Fablemans.
Yeah, what she's potentially getting Oscar buzz for a few minutes.
Yeah, and now
what's her Don Cheadle movie right now?
Her Don Cheadle movie?
Yeah, how Don Cheadle was nominated for an Emmy for Falcon.
Oh.
She's competing in Best Actress. She should be Best Supporting Actress.
That's what it was.
Yeah.
Didn't you say there was a lot of miscast categories this year, Evan?
I did, but yeah, because they're doing Carey Mulligan as Best Lead and Zoe as Best. No, they're doing Carey as Best Supporting and Zoe as Best Lead in She Said, which is kind of weird because it's a partnership movie. They both should be in the same category. And then I was mad at the Babylon thing, but they fixed that. They remedied that. So, anyways, yeah, Venom 3, not really excited for it, but we'll see where it goes. Sony's continuing to drop the ball, unlike Paramount. Before we leave, they're finally doing a Twister sequel. This is from a couple weeks ago. I wanted to get it out there. Twister.
Is that your birthday commentary?
It should be. That's a good pick for me. I should write that one down because Twister is one of my all-time favorite disaster movies. It's incredible. The great Bill Paxton in one of my favorite movies of all time. It's just so much fun. It's romantic, funny, tense, beautiful to watch. The effects still hold up. It has a great ride at Universal.
Really?
So, great experience. It's not even a ride. It's like an experience kind of thing.
Well, they turn on the fans real fast.
Basically, there's a lot of fans in there. It's windy. Kind of simulated a tornado, I guess.
It sounds terrible for my hair.
I wonder if they still have it. Yeah. Probably. Didn't really affect me that much. But yeah, it's fun.
Oh, no.
But yeah, Twister, one of my all-time favorite movies. I'm happy it's getting a sequel. Apparently, it's about like their daughter. Of course, the daughter wanting to fill in the footsteps of her mom and dad, who
it's
were
like
great.
an itch.
It's like an itch. She has to seek out those tornadoes.
To what? Warn people?
Oh, basically, in the first one, just learning how do tornadoes.
Oh, are we talking about Twister?
Yeah. What do you think we're talking about?
The game, the board game.
Yeah.
On the mats.
Bob it. No, wrong game.
I used to love Twister, the game.
Right foot red.
Okay.
But yeah, we need to commentary this movie so I know what's going on. But I'm curious what the hell a legacy sequel looks like to Twister.
Do they fight the tornado?
Yeah, they punch it. Bill Paxton's like,
You're not gonna believe it. You're not gonna believe this. They're back.
I don't know if you've seen any of the goofy ass Sharknado movies, but
one.
I believe the way their bullshit science was like, all right, well, it's like, hot and cold winds making the fucking thing spin. So it's like, okay, well, if we unbalance that, let's throw a fucking bomb in there, and we'll fix that right off.
Awful, dumb. That's not how science works, Bob.
No, it's not. But it's also the Sci-Fi Channel.
But yeah, Carson, in Twister, they're saying like the daughter can be like a major factor in this, played by Catherine Newton. No, I'm kidding. So
I don't want it. No.
Full circle, baby. That's how I do it.
We did start with the
We did.
Good job.
Thank you very much. That's
why we pay him the top right spot.
Yep, there we go. Top right. That's
his corner office.
Thank you. I do want a corner office. I want a corner office in the school. Give me the corner classroom.
Well, here at Davis and Maine,
woo, Better Call Saul reference.
Full circle. Gotta find the last season.
It's $20 on YouTube.
What are you showing me? I'm trying to get out of here.
I bought the last couple of episodes. Whenever I go on like my purchases on YouTube, it's just permanently there.
Hey, is it worth it?
I could just give you my YouTube. I give you everything else. I'm giving you everything.
Hey, whoa, hey. We appreciate it. Executive producer Evan Harris.
In fact, I shouldn't be paying the stringer anymore.
He got me. Fuck.
But that's about it
Evan
for
getting
the
those
news
royalties.
this week. Fun couple of movie news, TV news, a lot of rumors of the MCU, a lot of shakeups in the DC universe. We'll see how everything comes about.
Nice. Put down Spider-Man.
Oh my gosh! I didn't even play you out on it this time. How many times can you swing around fucking NYC?
As many times until the game dies.
Play Miles Morales already, you fucker.
Yeah, what are you doing?
Oh, then I have to grind through it first and then get through all the dialogues before I.
Wait,
Yeah,
what?
you're the one that likes story in this. What are you talking
Right?
about?
I do, but like when I play Spider-Man now, I've
Oh,
already
just swing
platinumed that
around.
shit, so I play it on silent because I have no distractions
Silent.
to miss anything.
Nice.
You
What
guys
costume
enjoy,
are you in now?
audience.
What costume
Yeah,
are
we
you
need a
in
screen share as a fourth tile.
What costume am I in?
now? Yeah.
I bounce around different ones. I think right now I'm in the all new, all different, the one with like the green glow
Oh,
around the
nice.
spider. What do they call it though? They call it the Spider Armor Mark IV suit. Which okay,
Pretty ugly, but okay.
it's not. No, it's just it's the fucking like. Well, it looks like a padded suit, really, but it just looks like the normal Spidey suit.
But you know, Spider-Man 2099 got the best costumes in the game.
Oh,
It's
peak.
good.
I haven't actually played the game, so
No,
You
it
ever
is
played
quite-
Spider-Man 2018?
I played the first level. I haven't.
Oh, that's right. And then he
So-
attempted
I'm
to
like
watch me
in. I'm
stream
like
it,
in
and
the
I
elevator. I'm in the elevator to like get up to the
Kingsman.
tower.
Carson attempted to watch me stream it, and then I crashed 4 times and gave up.
Yeah, he had
That
to
was-
open like 8 streams.
I
to
know,
see.
because I got notifications every time you went live.
Yes, the bell rung, and let
I have
that
the
be a
bell
lesson
rung.
to you. And we're gonna find.
Find me on Twitter at HarrisEV9, talking all things, I don't know, anime, Survivor. I watched half of Amazing Race today before we went live. What else am I doing? Oh, High Republic book dropped yesterday, Quest for the Hidden City. Second book in phase 2 so far. I read 2 chapters. or maybe 1, and I'm liking it so far. What else am I doing? Anime, talking all things Chainsaw Man, Spy Family. The Witch from Mercury is a new Gundam series that I'm not really usually familiar with Gundam, but this series is phenomenal right now. My Hero Academia is fantastic so far. I don't want to get too ahead of myself, but it's really good. I'm so happy. Way ahead of last season, in my opinion, already. So yeah, anime is on fire, TV's on fire. I'm having a good time, Nathan. Oh, I am not replaying, but I'm trying to platinum God of War 2018 as well.
Well, at least it wasn't The Last of Us.
I think it was God of War 2018 or 2017. Might have been 2017.
Oh, release date of The Last of Us, January 15th.
Last of Us. Oh yeah, coming out January 15th.
Confirmed.
We will be talking about that every week because that is gonna be my favorite show. of
I
all
will be
time.
reacting. We will.
Will I finish the first game so I'm not
Fuck!
spoiled, or do I go through it in narrative TV form and get surprised? I don't
The
know.
road may never know. I mean, this is gonna be very different. So I played the game.
Yeah.
Will
yeah.
you Seattle day 1?
Season 2.
I need
baby.
to. I need
That's
to.
That's game 2, bitch.
Yeah, season 2 game.
I think I
2.
own the second one too. I
Oh
do.
wow.
I got it on sale for like $30 way back when.
That is like one of the only times I've ever bought a game at launch. And I
Wow.
waited for the timer to count down.
And it worked out. If you haven't watched our 3.5 hour Last of Us Part 2
Spectacular.
review from what was that 2 years ago now, Nathan?
No way.
watch it.
That was like
No
last
way.
year.
I don't think it was
When did that game come out? 2020?
2020.
Jesus.
June or July 2020, yeah.
Wow. What a time.
Okay, that's about it though.
Playing an apocalyptic game at that time. Yeah, find me on Twitter at the Film Carson. We are doing Hyperspace this week to react and talk about to an excellent Andor episode.
Have we all
9.
seen it yet? Nathan
Nope,
probably
not yet.
hasn't.
Oh,
Big fan.
I came home, made the thumbnail, ate dinner, got here.
okay.
I said,
Tomorrow.
I'm on the clock every day, baby.
Yeah,
tomorrow.
you're right. You don't need fictional on the clock.
So tomorrow, I'll once again do everything I did today, but then also watch the episode.
Watch it.
Mm.
Okay. Acceptable. But yeah, what else am I tweeting about? the Russo brothers, I guess, did as of today.
No.
All right, go with that positive.
Quote tweeting Elon Musk being a clown until we all wither into the black hole of this platform. But yeah, that's about it. We have fun here, and
We have fun.
I hope you enjoy us yelling random things and wanting to put power vacuum on a t-shirt, because now I want to.
We should really
Power vacuum and what are you showing me? Like, I feel like this is a two.
Not like this.
Are those trademarked? What are you showing me is a little bit trademarked.
A little.
A little bit.
Not like
Power
this.
vacuum though.
Gotta
I
be
feel like that's
trademarked.
up. I feel like that's up for grabs.
Not at all, boy. So many. Yeah, me. Time Buzzer, making it. Dropped a new still on Halloween.
February 2023.
Trailer on November 28th.
Yeah, what?
I don't know. When's your birthday?
November 27th.
Fuck.
Ah! He doesn't know.
At least that was one day off.
That's one day too late.
Too late.
Yeah,
it's
but you know.
time.
But yeah,
Yes.
I dropped the still, and I love it. And as soon as I dropped it, I changed it.
No,
I'm
the
always
shadows.
No, it's all good. But no, I was just updating like little things. Yeah, you know, I love that still. It's a great moment. It's probably my favorite scene in the first episode that we will see, and you will see why coming up. Very excited, very much looking forward to that. I need to record dialogue so I can mix this fucking trailer.
I got you. I got you.
When are we all free? I don't know, I'm off on Friday.
I might be off on Friday. I need a break. I've been coming to school every day.
It's live negotiations. All right, but yeah, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed this show, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe if not already, ring that bell like it's a yaddle. And like we said, I hope you have a great day. We'll catch you guys next time.